podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Boxingwords.com. No matter what nobody say, man, spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
DAZN Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
Boxingwords.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app.
Boxingwords.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
DAZN Productions.
Boxingwords.com.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Call me, I don't know what season or year of the Bulls with the 3P, huh? 3 times in a row. I'm Michael Jordan in the flesh. Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up?
They won 5. Oh, 3-peat. My bad. In a row. I'm
there
sorry.
You go. Trying to mess up.
He
trying to mess up.
My bad.
He trying to
oh, they
mess
won
up
6. That's right.
He trying to mess up the little only basketball stat I know.
Yo, you know what? I deserve to be fired for that one. I'm sorry. You're right. The one thing that he knows about another sport, and I butchered it.
But Dan, my man said Crawford, Lamont Peterson. Y'all starting early. They bring it the heat early, terrible. Man. Wow.
Yo, I saw a little thing with Mikey Garcia earlier, and he said, "Man, you can't never believe in Bob. Whatever Bob says, you can't believe." He said
that because he wants the Pacquiao fight.
That's right.
He doesn't want to believe it.
But it's not just Mikey. I mean, Manny Pacquiao Promotions came out. Sean Gibbons said, man, this is nonsense. Nonsense. That's strong words.
Who said that?
Sean Gibbons.
Who's that? Well, refresh my memory.
The manager of Casa Mayor, who's also like the CEO of MP Promotions.
MP Promotions, yeah. But from what I heard from the producer, he is not his hands-on. Should we say it that way? And there's another manager.
I mean, according to what? Like some other manager saying he was trying to secure a Conor McGregor fight? Like what? You know, I know Sean Gibbons. I know Sean too. He's guided the careers of many people.
Absolutely, 100%.
I don't know that they'll be like what are they using him for? Like if he's
I can tell you that I don't know how much control or how involved he was in the Ryan Garcia stuff, and look what happened with that, right? So there's definitely like this road stuff. Well, the Manny Pacquiao Ryan Garcia stuff, it's like, you know, that fizzled away, and from what I understand, like that was like basically some rogue people within the Manny Pacquiao camp that kind of took the notion and ran with it, whether they were, you know, obliged to do so or not, or whether they had the authority to do so or not. That's kind of the way it went.
Well, if you were to listen to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn is always talking, but according to Eddie Hearn, he says there's like 5 or 6 different people who claim to run Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao's career. So you don't even know who to talk to over there. That's if you believe Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, man. Look, if I was cool with Pacquiao, I'd be trying to get him a fight. You know, everybody's trying to get him where they fit in. It's like, yo, if I can secure the Conor fight, what is Manny gonna do? Say no? He gonna bring me in. He gonna let me eat. You know? So,
no, you're right. You're right.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but the fact that it's Crawford, it's not Crawford, it's Crawford again. The fact that someone in Pacquiao's camp is coming out saying that it's not Crawford, that it's nonsense, that's crazy, right? Because it goes back to what Eddie said. Don't have me flying around the world trying to secure a venue for Fury and Joshua. Meanwhile, Papa Fury, John Fury's out here saying, we don't got to fight. We don't got nothing. Because then when I get to where I'm going, those people are seeing those same quotes. And they're like, well, what about this guy saying we don't got nothing? So it's the same thing for Sean Gibbons. If he's one of the many people in Pacquiao's team, well, don't say it's nonsense. You know, how far removed is Gibbons from Pacquiao that, A, he would go out on a limb, right? Because if you ain't in the inner circle, I mean, I would consider it pretty damn disrespectful to go on social media and insinuate that it's not real. Like if you, I mean, again, because that's what Mario is suggesting. He put this topic here. He obviously feels strongly that, Crawford and Pacquiao are headed down the same path.
Okay.
But there is a guy out there that used to work with Bob a lot, Sean Gibbons. We know that. He helped the career of Julio Cesar Chavez. So it's like, I'm Junior, by the way. So it's like, I mean, is Sean Gibbons lying all of a sudden?
I think that when you talk about the way that this fight has kind of like manifested or come together, I'm not come together because it's not official, but when you talk about what's going on with this fight, like we have people, like Coppinger, who was never under the impression that this fight was going to happen. I wouldn't say never, but like he always gave me the impression that there was nothing, there was no smoke there, right? There was no fire there. And he softened on that a bit. Now you have an ESPN article, and I understand that ESPN top rank, Bob Arum, there might be some, blind spot there, but you have them coming out basically saying that Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao and Bob are essentially negotiating by themselves, that they've maintained a really good relationship. Okay, so again, Sean,
hey Mario, was that before or after he shitted on Pacquiao's Malaysia fight? Did they fix things?
That was
Who's that?
Bob
Who shitted
Arum?
on Malaysia?
Bob Arum.
Oh.
Remember, he was like,
that was before. That was definitely after.
Remember, he was like, we don't even know if the money's gonna clear.
Yeah,
but listen, this is
the stories after, right, Francis?
Yeah. So you're saying so Mario's saying that he believes that this fight is gonna happen, and you are of the belief the otherwise. Ness,
No. Mario's not saying it's gonna happen. Mario just believes that Arum could be talking to another Manny Pacquiao representative in trying to get that fight for Crawford. Just because Sean Gibbons comes out and says that it's nonsense, which are strong words for me. But Mario seems to believe look, Sean said that, but there's many people in Pacquiao's camp and someone else.
Because I heard you specifically say Sean Gibbons is that guy. When it comes to Pacquiao and his team, he runs Pacquiao team. He's that guy. So if he says it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If anybody say on Pacquiao's team, Sean Gibbons. So I don't believe that. If he say it ain't so, man.
Yeah, but you think this is still part of that negotiation? Maybe that last minute negotiation ploy? Like, nah, we ain't got Crawford. We still taking bids like we were talking about the other day, Ness.
They lowballing the legend, the living legend.
I don't know about lowballing.
I
think it's more about clout chasing. But Micah K, what's up?
Micah in the building.
You already know what it is. It's the queen.
What up, Micah K?
How you
How
living?
are you?
How you living?
What up, everybody?
Hey,
We're
Ness.
good. Talk to me.
You know you got to serve it at Crow, right? You know you
Who
got
she
to
picked?
do it, right?
Oh, she picked against Dillian White, didn't she?
You know you got to.
No, she never picked. She never
I
picked.
know I did. I
Look at him, man.
Yo,
Yo, Francis,
He was
he trying to
supposed
set
win.
you up. He trying to
I'm
set you up,
trolling you,
Micah.
Mike. I'm trolling you.
But we'll say it like this, because
man.
Micah said that she wanted to see them in the ring and then she would pick. I'm assuming you saw them in the ring and you said, "Oh, Dillian White's walking away with this one."
Yes, because did you see how Povetkin looked when before he walked in the ring? I mean, he was like wobbling
here we
forward.
go.
Yes, Micah, yes.
How was that ring walk? What was that?
Hey, Micah, I said this. He was coming down the ring with like the ring walk or the runway.
He's old, man.
wiping
He looked like that the last time.
He was wiping his
Just
nose.
didn't say it in front of Xavier.
It looked like he took a couple sippy sips. That's almost what it looked like. Like he was. Oh, did you see his leg? Like the balance? Like
all of a sudden now we looking at his legs, his nose, his breath, everything. Y'all terrible.
Yo, White looked good though. He definitely looked in shape. He definitely looked in shape. So salute to that part.
He definitely looked in shape.
Sure.
Man.
Definitely good, and he made good adjustments too. But listen, this is all I want to say. Is at the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum had a relationship. Whether you agree with it or not, whether it was one-sided or not, they had a bond. It was a strong relationship. Okay, so if there were any fighter promoter that would find themselves in this situation, I'm just saying I think that Manny Pacquiao and Bob would fall under a situation where they're saying to themselves, you know what? Let's just make this fight. Let's get it done. I know you. I know what you need. You know me. You know what I can provide. You know, let's cut the fat out of these negotiations and let's get down to the lean beef of it all. And maybe it's optimism on my part. Maybe it's blind optimism. Maybe it's the fact that that's the Manny Pacquiao fight that I want to see is Terrence Crawford.
I think it's the writer in you. You know, you want to believe that a guy like Chris Mannix is right. You know, I get it. Like you've been watching his career for so long. Now he's gotten to this high level to be on SI and DAZN and ESPN. And if he tells you Bob is keeping a working relationship with Manny, you know, who are we to say that that's not true? Again, now it's up to Chris to go find out why Sean Gibbons is saying otherwise, because it's counterproductive to the situation, without a doubt.
It is, yes. It is counterproductive.
And there's a narrative out there that the only way that this fight can happen is if it goes to the Middle East.
Well, no narrative.
Why can't
Bob said that.
Manny Pacquiao bring this to Dallas and sell that out?
No narrative. Bob said that. It just looks like Bob doesn't want to put up any money. You know, Bob is the one saying that, you know, remember the article says contingent on happening in Abu Dhabi. So
Abu
Dhabi. That's where Jamel Herring is. Let's get on to that, man. Jamel Herring, Carl Frampton, Abu Dhabi, MTK special. It's going to be aired on Channel 5 in the UK, and it'll be on ESPN Plus right here for us Americans. I'm going to ride with my American, man. I know this is Frampton's last hurrah. He's even talking about retirement if he loses to Herring. And that's what I wanted to hear. You know, because honestly, Frampton is no dog. I picked against him versus Tyler McCleary, and he clearly showed me not to pick against him. But, fuck, I got to believe that Herring, who's been training since November, side by side with Crawford, like, come on. Something rubbed off on him, right? I'm going Herring. UD.
Yeah. Go ahead, Francis. I'm sorry.
I got Herring, man. I got Herring. I don't need to say much, man. I got that same whole being a part of champions, training with champions. All that's supposed to rub off on you. You're supposed to take that worth ethic, the dog, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, the nasty from whoever it is that you're training alongside and use it. Use it in the ring when you get your big opportunities. And this right here, the Jamel Herring being the champion, big opportunity to get a good name on his resume. I got Jamel Herring by unanimous decision.
I think Herring's just too big, man. I mean, he's a big, big boy for that weight class. And I know Frampton's a dog. I know he's trying to be that first to be a 3-division champion from what I believe it's the
Ireland.
country that he's from.
From Ireland.
Yeah. Be the first to do that. But I think Herring's too big. I think it's going to be a good fight, though. It all depends on how Herring's going to come out and fight. Is
The
he going to
Jackal
come out?
always comes to fight. The Jackal comes to fight.
If he fights out that back foot, it could be a long, long, long night for Frampton. But
On the real,
So you picking Herring?
Yo,
So you picking Herring?
I'm picking Herring in a close fight.
What weight
Okay.
did Herring start at, bro? Like, what weight did he start at?
Who's that?
Jamel Herring.
Herring?
Yeah.
Didn't he come down? Or am I way off?
I'm looking
you know,
it
I
up.
think. Oh, that's a good question.
I'm looking it
Listen,
up, man,
first
because
and
he should
foremost,
be the bigger man.
Yeah, you check it out.
Definitely,
let me just
135
say
is where he
this,
started
okay?
his career.
135, he did, right? Yeah, you were right. I thought you were right about that. Listen, I think I'm picking Herring first and foremost, friend of the show, but that has nothing to do with it. Okay, well, maybe it has a little bit to do with it, but right now, what I'm basing that off of is, first of all, we've seen improvements from Herring over the past 5 years or so, right? And maybe you could talk about his last fight and he kind of struggled, whatever, he's dealing with COVID issues and stuff like that. So we don't really know the full scope of what happened there. But that said, with Frampton, I feel like we've seen regressions and degressions, and he's had good fights and he's bounced back, from his loss that he suffered against Josh Warrington. But I just feel like at this point, first of all, he's 5 inches smaller than Herring. Okay. Herring will walk into the ring with a 5-inch height advantage, and he'll actually have
Just ask Callum Smith and Kenneth about that, man.
And a natural
it's like a
weight advantage.
7-inch reach.
And
it's like a 7-inch reach advantage.
All I want to say is
Go
that
ahead, Ness,
right
what you
now,
say?
Carl Frampton is dealing with the whole David A effect right now. His body is failing him by the day, man. Just little knick-knack injuries that just extend and extend. You know what I mean?
Look at Bias Midi.
Hey.
Bias Midi said the panel's about to take an L across the board. Frampton to UD. What about you, Miss Micah K? Who you
Micah,
going with?
what you think?
I got Herring with the slight edge, but I want to say something about as far as with the reach and things like that. I was trying to see Tyler McCreary, who he fought.
Tall and long, that kid, but he got bodied, man. He didn't.
No,
do as good as I
right.
thought.
No, I was just going by the height and reach. I wasn't talking about as far as the overall skill set. What I was saying is I could see Frampton still pulling this out, because Frampton, to me, I just like certain things about him, and he's relentless. Like when I saw him against Warrington and the Cruz. So I feel like he's real experienced. But I got Herring with the slight edge, but I could see Frampton pulling this out depending on what type of Herring we see.
I mean, he's definitely the more experienced fighter, but he's also been in more rounds boxed. Herring is fresher. Herring is younger. It's really Herring's.
For the moment. Sorry to cut you, Ness. He hungry for the moment. Continue.
No, it's really Herring's fight to win or lose. It's really up to him. He's the naturally bigger fighter. He started his career at 135. He's now fighting at 130, so he's the one sucking down. Frampton started his career at 126 and eventually went down to 122 for his first title. Now he's moving back up. Like Mario said, he's 5 inches shorter. All the disadvantages are there. What Frampton does have is experience and skill. He's going to be going to the body like he did on McCleary. He used McCleary's height against him by ripping him to the body. But I think Herring will get on the inside of that and allow those punches to be a little bit smothered. He's bigger. I want to see him lean on Frampton and make it a rough and tough fight. Don't try to box with Frampton the way that Scott Quigg did or the way that Leo Santa Cruz did. And that's another thing. For Herring, let that be in the back of his mind. Listen, this guy lost to a little light guy like 118 or 122 in Leo Santa Cruz. Herring cannot allow this fight to get tight or anything. I want to see him dominate. You know what I'm saying? This will be the biggest name on his resume till date. He has to take advantage. It's how much sweeter can your promoter put it for you, right? We're giving you a former world champion that was on his way out. He's contemplating retirement. He's literally saying it in interviews and he's moving up in weight, and you're bigger, and you're longer, and you train with Bud. Like, I mean, I don't want to see Herring drop the ball here. I hope that he allows this to become the catalyst for like superstardom for himself.
Yeah, but I feel like you're okay. So there's times when like it's a fighter's fight to lose, right? We'll say things like that, or like it's his fight to win, it's his fight to lose. Like we say things like that. This is a fight that Frampton can win. Like this is a competitive fight. I'm just picking Herring. So if
I wouldn't
Herring
be
doesn't
shocked
show
if
up,
Frampton wins.
not even at all. Not at all. Do not get this twisted. Frampton winning is not a major upset. I don't even know how much of an upset it really is.
That'll be
on any level.
That'll be two back for Bomac, by the way, losses, but that's not a story for another day. But
good call.
It would be two back to back. It would be kind of tough, man, to why are you laughing for, Mikey? Mikey been killing me. I can't even get my thought.
Cause you said it'd be 2 losses. I saw that Terrence Crawford talk. Well, I'll wait. I'll hold my thoughts.
Yeah, he's sending secret shots. We all know he the neighborhood.
Here we go.
He the neighborhood Earl fan.
That'll be 2 big fights back to back. That if Frampton, if Herring and Mighty Mo was to take an L, would be 2 back to back. Besides the point, this is Herring's opportunity to show that he can deal with somebody with volume. We see fighters fight Herring that punch with volume. He struggles with it, in my opinion, because he wants to keep them at the jab. His 1-2, rarely throws the 3. So with Frampton's pace, with his volume punching, I want to see how Herring deals with that. And that will let me know how the fight going to turn out. But I'm still picking Herring, though, decision.
Well, according to the bookies, the bookies got Herring a slight favorite, and they believe that this is going to go the distance. That's what the bookies believe.
I could see it going the distance, but I think Herring needs to hit him with something that Frampton will respect early. That's going to be the key to establishing his tempo and his game plan.
If you ain't fighting like Josh Warrington or Leo Santa Cruz, man, you better come with something special for Carl Frampton, man, because he's going to be on you all night.
Sure.
And does Herring got the power to keep him off him?
I'm just going to leave that right there. Somebody tell me out there.
But it's not just about that. Like, okay, yes, that's a question that's fair to ask. But at the same time, it's not like, oh, is he going to hit him with some blunt, force straight that's just like, to let him know he means business. No, it's about, him catching him finding an opportunity to let him feel his full power, and that's more of what I want to see. I want to see him catch him clean. I want to see him go in there and make something happen. If Herring can do that early and establish some respect from Frampton, because Francis nailed it, Leo Santa Cruz, the Josh Warringtons of the world. Like, if you're going in there, Frampton is a dog, and Frampton will take whatever you throw at him. Herring has to be the better fighter through 12.
Or
he has to be the better.
Yeah, Herring got to dominate. Like, he got to come out aggressive. He got to make sure he's controlling the fight. Because, like, with Warrington, he controlled it from the opening bell. So, Herring got to make sure he come out, like, fully strong. Because if not, Frampton will give him that work. So, that's why I said I would not be surprised if Frampton pulled this off. If Herring not 100%, like, if he not mentally and physically prepared like he needs to be for this fight, he will lose his belt. So, he got to make sure he on point.
Do they got a crowd for this fight? Do they got a crowd? I know it's in Abu Dhabi, and I know Frampton's an MTK fighter, but do they got a crowd there?
But yeah, it's supposed to have a crowd.
I'm almost sure they do.
Yeah, well, I know on the East Coast, for everybody in the East Coast, that fight, I think the main card starts at 3 p.m. for the East Coast viewers. So definitely check that out.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I hate that. Like, I mean, I get it. I understand why it has to happen that way, but I hate it.
Then why would you hate it? They're around the world, bro.
No.
You know what else is surprising?
I don't hate it when there is other fights at night, but I just, boxing at night, that's like the thing I do on Saturdays.
What else is surprising about this fight is that Channel 5 got it over BT Sport. I'm surprised. Bob and Frank always work together. Because pretty much, I think Frank funneled Frampton to Bob. And usually ESPN and BT Sport work together. So I'm surprised that ESPN sold the rights to Channel 5 over BT Sport.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just a little behind the scenes that I thought was a little bit weird.
Somebody said that on Twitter this past week. And a lot of people were saying like, oh man, it being on Channel 5, like it's gonna do such huge numbers. And that's the thing. Like this is a fight that can absolutely be like a star making type of night, depending on what performance the winner can put out. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on these guys worldwide.
There's gonna be more eyes in the UK for Jamel Herring to make a big statement.
Sure.
Than in the US, I believe. But
yeah, but that's the thing. Boxing's a world sport. It's a world sport, and so that's what Herring. I think he needs that. I don't know if he needs that right this second, but if he's going to evolve and continue to further his career from not just the skills set inside the ring, but from the commercial commodity that he can be outside of it. Like Herring, in my opinion, has yet to be given like his full shot. Like I think he possesses a lot of really great attributes, but he also has a great story. His narrative, is solid. I mean, he's a person who served this country, and he's got a great story, and he's a marketable fighter. And I think it's time that he's presented as such. But he's got to come up big. He's got to come up big, and he's got to beat Frampton.
The best part about this fight is we already know what Frampton's plan is if he loses. He's saying he's done. He's retired. Mm-hmm. With Herring having 2 losses, if he takes an L here, I mean, where does he go? You know what I'm saying? How old is Herring? Who is he?
36.
Wow. Yeah, I think this is make or break for both fighters. If Herring comes up short here, I'm afraid to say it's probably going to pass him by. And this is his biggest fight to date, I would believe, right? Frampton, Herring, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And I haven't looked at his box rec, but I think this is his biggest fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't really. I mean, he fought Ito, which is a great fighter. He fought Lamont Roach and Oquendo. Like these are all names that we know. Hovanesian,
as far as viewers, eyeballs.
No. And even beyond viewers, just like name value, Carl Frampton is a notch or two above an Oquendo and above a Roach. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right. I mean, this is the biggest fight of his career. This is the biggest opportunity he's going to get or he's gotten thus far. So he needs to capitalize on it.
I think it just sucks for Herring that it's going to be 3 p.m. in the afternoon on Saturday. I wish they could have pushed it back a little bit. Maybe just after dinner, but fighting in Abu Dhabi, you ain't got many options as far as time zones. But
why you say that? The reason why I say that, because he's happy that he got ESPN. They just recently, at the end, jumped on board to be showing the fight. ESPN Plus.
What do you mean? Herring's an ESPN fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, this was scheduled on ESPN.
There was an article that came out. Like, he's excited that they actually are on board to show the fight.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about the time. You know what I'm saying? If this was Saturday, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m.
bonus, because if they weren't showing the fight, who cares what time it was going to show anyways?
I wonder how much of a hindrance it is, though, because, like, I wonder, like, some fighters just want to get their fight in and out. You know what I mean? So, like, for me, it sucks for me just because, like, I like watching fights at night and chilling and, after everything's done or whatever. But, for the actual fighter, I don't know. I think some fighters probably might fight early. But the problem is that the time difference, that's the big thing, and I doubt he's, jet lag, all that stuff. Like they're going to get there. He's going to be, he's adjusted. He's ready to go, I'm sure. But, we'll still see.
Word.
But the undercard is, it leaves something to be desired. Let's just put it that way.
Nothing special.
Really?
Nothing special. Well, you have let me see who was on there. I know Donnie Nietes is on there for sure. Keyshawn Davis is also fighting on the card as well. But to be honest with you,
I seen him, man. He's training with Jamel Herring in Abu Dhabi out there. So
yeah. They were working together.
Shout out to him, man. He's able to, because wasn't he on a DAZN card just a few days ago? Now he's on an ESPN card doing his numbers, man.
He was on
impressive.
Canelo's card. Yeah,
that's
impressive. Canelo Yildirim card.
Yeah. Yep, he was on the Canelo.
Who is he signed to? Is he one of them young kids that said, "Screw it, I'm by myself and just gonna float around and get big opportunities"? Or what's his deal?
Who?
Davis.
Keyshawn.
Yeah. Well, how is he able just to be floating around?
I mean, that's what Bill Haney was telling us, man. He's independent, and his name is businessman Keyshawn Davis. Like, they learning how to move, man. Everybody learning how to move. They starting to realize we don't really need a promoter. Like, when you that big of not a draw, because he ain't a draw, but he was a demand for promoters, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know.
No, you're right. You're absolutely
everybody's going to want to court him, right? So you can get fights that way. Like, well, let me see what y'all do. Give me a fight. You know what I mean? How y'all treat me. The kind of way Eddie did.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's a great point. It's like you're going around. It's like, well, let's see, you know, how does PBC handle their fighters? How does Top Rank handle their fighters? You know, how does Eddie handle? It's like, you know, different things and you know, accommodations and all that. And so, you know, they're probably definitely rolling out the red carpet, despite the fact that he's only had one pro fight. You know, his name carries that buzz.
But his pro fight was on a Canelo undercard.
Undercard, exactly.
With no promoter, he did that. So
yeah, absolutely.
He actually had
to keep our eye out on him.
He all the way in Dubai, and his second pro fight, doing big things on a big card. Come on, man. He about that business.
Yeah, we got to keep our eye on him, man. He's making moves. He's making moves. But other than that, I don't know anybody on this card. Like, it must be all Abu Dhabi dudes, because, like, my man named Fahad. I mean, I don't know.
Well, they have the one kid from Kazakhstan that's on there. I forgot what they call it. He has a nickname, but I can't remember it now. He's a southpaw fighter. Fighting out of I want to say it's the super middleweight. Junior middleweight division. He's fighting is Tursynbay Kulakhmet. Anybody want to tell me how bad I butchered that?
Nah, man, you're good. Never heard of him though, man.
Yeah, he fought on the ESPN card last year. For sure. I remember that 100%. And other than that, I don't remember. But yeah, he did fight on the ESPN card last year. But he is the co-main event. He's 2-0 with 1 KO. And he's fighting a fighter that is 20-0, and that's Heber Rondon, who is from Venezuela, who's also a southpaw, 34 years old. And
man.
His last fight, it's weird because in his last 4 fights, he fought a guy who was 0-1, a guy who was making his debut, a fighter that's 14-0, and then a fighter that's 0-7. And now he's fighting Tursynbay. Is that Tursynbay? I'm gonna say it like that until somebody on the chat.
20-0 against a 2-0.
20-0 against the 2-0. That's what happens when you can sanction shit like that in Dubai.
He's the new Loma.
He is Loma, fine.
He's the new Loma.
Noma. The new Loma. Noma.
So, moving on to DAZN. We got the return of Israil.
We've taken the A side of everything.
Yeah. I don't even know who Israil is fighting. I never heard of Emmany
Madrimov.
Emmany? Who's Emmany?
You skipped the main event, though.
Is it Madrimov the main event?
Madrimov is not the main event. Okay. The main event is the really great matchup. Junior featherweight titles, IBF and WBA on the line. This is Akhmadaliev. No, I can't say it. I'm not going to say it. I've butchered it many times.
Akhmadaliev.
Murodjon
Akhmadaliev.
Yes, thank you. And this is the first time he's going to be defending his titles since he won it.
Yeah, he won them from that guy that used to be with DAZN, Danny Roman.
Danny Roman. Yeah, and that was a great fight. That happened. When was that? Last year, right? In like January, I think, February.
Yo, I
it
think
happened.
They cut Roman right after that, man. That's so fucked up.
Did they? Yes, you're right. That's
Bro,
exactly what happened. You're right.
Absolutely.
I forgot about that. Damn.
Signed him because his belt. He unified with one of their guys, so they didn't expect him to beat, what was it, like somebody, from the UK.
Somebody, yeah.
And that's it. He's gone, man.
Well, they still got Daniel Roman in the second ranking in the Ring magazine, but this is Akhmadaliev. He's number one in ranked in the Ring. He is the IBF champion, like we said. Plus, he is the WBA champion. And his opponent,
Ayahuasca. I just
want
Ayahuasca to be as good as like Nakatani or like Inoue. Like come out of nowhere being a beast. But like he's already even lost to like people we know. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, both of these guys are highly ranked in the division, and this is a division that's really taking off in terms of, notoriety. You got Stefan Fulton in here, Brandon Figueroa and Angelo Leo, who is in there. How do you say his name? The first name, Rais Alim.
Yeah,
how do you say that first name?
Reese?
Rais Lame. Yeah, there you go. And then Hovhannissian's in there. So listen, there's a lot of really solid talent in this, that guys that make fun fights. Louis Neary, obviously we all know that he is the WBC champion in that division. And so these guys are fighting, and that's all you can ask for, is the top guys to be fighting, and these are two of the best in the division, and they will be fighting on DAZN in the main event. I cannot wait.
Didn't Louis Neary get dropped from the Canelo team?
Yeah, he got.
Wait, no, actually, did he? No, he didn't.
He didn't get dropped.
He was in that. Wasn't he trying to get in that camp or did train with that? Yes, he was. Y'all tripping?
Oh, he did. He did train. Yeah, he did train with
there.
I don't think but they split. He didn't. I don't know if he, when you said he got dropped, I thought you meant like they cut him or something. It was just like the way you said it. But yeah, they split. Him and Reynoso split.
Yeah, they split.
Yeah,
on February.
Yeah, you know what that means. He got cut, man.
Wait, February?
Well, that's when the article I just looked at. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, no. You might be right. I could have sworn it was long. Man, February feels like it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, this is a division, like I said. And by the way, go to Boxing Scene, check out article by Cliff Rold. He's got the big piece right now in Boxing Scene. Cliff Rold's one of my favorite writers in boxing today. Super, super talented writer. And he wrote a great piece on I wouldn't say it's like the history of the junior featherweight, but it's kind of like all encompassing. He breaks down this weekend's fights. He talks about the legacy and the lineage of the division. And it's a really great read. Definitely go check that out.
You said Cliff Roll, R-O-L-L?
R-O-L-D.
R-O-L-D. Okay.
Like the author of, was it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I think that guy's last name was Rolled. But anyway, yeah, Cliff Rolled. It's on Boxing Scene. Go check it out. Great writer, great guy. Proud to call him. I wouldn't say he's like a mentor because I don't know him that well, but definitely a guy I look up to. I'll put it that way.
Well,
definitely a guy.
Definitely a guy. But anyway, so yeah, the co-main event. The co-feature of the card is Madrimov. Fighting in the junior middleweight division.
Sucky ass card, bro.
I mean, it is what it is. It's the kind of card that it is. I mean, it's got a solid main event, no big names.
Bro, you can't get subscribers with these names. Like, this shit looks like someone just went like, like that on the computer. Like none
What
of
you
those
mean?
names. Bro, those names. What do you mean? What do I mean? Look at those names.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right.
I mean, isn't this card is like where?
This better be
Kazakhstan
in
or
Uzbekistan
somewhere?
Yeah, it
somewhere
is in
like
Uzbekistan.
out there.
This is
No, that's
in
insane,
no, this is
bro. They gave this dude a hometown fight. They gave Madrimov whatever.
It's
Akhmadaliev an Uzbekistan fight. This shit
this
says
isn't in
Uzbekistan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Okay, well, I knew it was somewhere.
Poor Roman,
you know,
man. Roman ain't
else,
getting no
but I
fuck.
didn't know.
Roman won the titles. He ain't getting no damn home. They took this dude back to his country. They haven't even took Triple G to his country yet.
Yeah, but this is a guy who's like a decorated fighter. I mean, this is a guy they were going to always roll out that kind of treatment
they
for.
never
And
even
by the
took
way,
Loma.
he's 26 years old. Like,
They never even took Loma home.
Okay, and you're right, but at the same time, Loma was on a different kind of stage than what this is. The junior featherweight division isn't the most like publicized division. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he was fighting Salido. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a little different. But I mean, the fight's got to be somewhere. If he's a draw, then it's like, why not make the most money that you can make? But it's not a big card. I get what you're saying. At the same time, if you're subscribed, it's like either you're gonna get fights on this day or you're not. Like, what are we gonna wait for? Like the big names to fight? Like, you got to have these fights in between, man. Like, you got to have the show box. You got to have the Friday night fight style, and this is better than that. This is a great main event. Yeah, Madrimov, isn't in with anybody that, super recognizable or anything like that. But, he himself is definitely fun to watch. 26 years old, 6-0, 5 KOs. He did fight Eric Walker in his last fight, and Eric Walker took him the decision the first time in his career. But, Madrimov handled it pretty well. Although Walker did go down in round 12. But Madrimov was deducted a point. So, at the end of the day, Eric Walker too is like a tough guy. That was like a step up in competition to a degree.
And Eddie got to produce so many cards a year. I mean, he's up to like almost 30 cards a year. I think he's got to produce for the zone. So, I mean, one of them out in wherever it is, and it's a hometown fight for a guy.
Yep.
I mean, probably trying to get another.
I'm just saying,
another
I'm a
market.
U.S. You guys can make excuses.
Not making excuses.
Other people could deflect in the chat talking about what is Top Rank or PBC. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm just saying, as a U.S. annual subscriber, I pay for the year. I've never heard of these dudes.
But you're getting something though, right?
That's cool. I never heard of them. I'm trying to make myself excited for the heavyweight that I've also never heard of.
Listen, I think that you have sometimes a jaded look at these cards.
No, it's
I
just
think
hard.
that
It's just hard to
you have
get
a
behind
jaded
people
look
you
at
can't
these
even
cards.
pronounce their
Sometimes,
name, bro. It's like,
no, okay, but that's
how
fine.
you
But you
root
know what?
for
How many
someone
names?
you can't even, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, a guy in the blue shorts.
I mean, I listen. All I'm gonna say is this: is you can either not have a fight card this weekend, or you could watch a fight card this weekend. Okay. And if I'm going to be in a situation where I'm already paying for DAZN and they're giving me this kind of card, then I'm going to watch something that's fun. Guess what, though? Guess what you're going to do? You're going to tune in on Saturday, or I hope you are, and you're going to watch a great fight. So as a paying customer, that's what you're going to get. And I think that's what you have to expect. And that's the most that you can expect, really, on a fight card like this. That's what you can hope for, is great fights. And
I'm sure they realized they were going up against Herring Frampton on this day as well. So I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sure
shit. I didn't even realize. I was thinking it was going to be at night, and you're right. Again, I keep forgetting it's not at night. Damn it.
I'm sure that.
So what time did the DAZN's fights come on then?
Shit.
I think that one's at 4:00, if I'm not mistaken. There's like a rollover. I don't know. Let me check real quick.
Ness is mad as hell over there about his DAZN subscription.
Oh, and you know what's so funny too about that is Ness used to, and this is something I admired about him. Ness was a subscriber to Showtime, right? Didn't watch any other sports, specifically never watched MMA. My man would watch Strikeforce because he already paid for Showtime. Okay, so in his mind, he's like, I'm paying for Showtime. I might as well watch it. He knew like 0 UFC fighters, and he knew like half the stable for Strikeforce. I admired that about a fight fan in Ness. I admired the fact that he doesn't watch this stuff, but because he pays for it, like he's going to explore. He's going to give these guys a chance. I feel like that spirit, Ness, you've lost it a little bit, and I'm not trying to hate.
No, you're right. You're right, and let me help you. Think about it. What year was Strikeforce?
2012, 13.
All right.
14.
Was there this many different outlets for boxing back then?
No.
All right. So Strikeforce had, I could find time to watch it on an already paid subscription that I had. Right now, there's boxing everywhere. Like literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
So,
and new places are popping up now too, right?
Yeah. So like, they got to do a better job. I keep telling y'all, they got to do a better job.
Where's your adventurous spirit? Where's your better job of going out and seeking the fighters that your co-hosts, the guys that you pay because that we bring you a level of knowledge in all facets of the sport. When we tell you, hey, this is going to be a good fight, that I feel like should be, what gets you excited. And the adventurous spirit that you used to have, coupled with the fact that your knowledgeable co-hosts are telling you this is going to be a good fight, you should be excited.
I think Micah's quiet because she's like me. Like, if my significant other asks me to go do something and I can't pronounce the names of the people that I'm like, how do I tell her I can't go food shopping with you because I got to watch?
Ness, don't be too bitter, man. Don't be too bitter. Last week we got Dillian White.
Yes.
And another couple weeks we got Boo Boo. That's all part of your DAZN money, man. Yeah. That's all. So if you get a little bit of, get a little fight in between, you gotta
I see both points though. I see what Mario's saying. I see what Ness, because like I said, because I think I said 5 years. I've been watching boxing now. No, it's been about 8+ years. I'm like a sports fanatic. And the one thing that I feel like with boxing, as far as like with the apps, it gets to be a little bit too much. Like you got to go to DAZN, then you got to go to ESPN Plus, then I got to go to ESPN. You got to make sure you got everything. So I'm paying for like Showtime. I'm paying for so many things, and then you trying to figure out, okay, this time, that time. Like with DAZN, like kind of like what Ness was saying too. I'm still gaining knowledge. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, let me look up this person, this. So it is a lot, but I see what Mario's saying too, because you never know. It might be somebody that catch your eye to where you really want to watch. But it can be, but like I said, boxing is something you really, to me, in my opinion, I love it, but you gotta really be, really engaged in it, because it can irritate you. Man, listen, by the way certain things is done.
You gotta care about the fighters before they get in the ring. Is kind of what you're saying.
Everybody got a cell phone. Everybody got something that got loaded with apps. It's like having another app on your phone or your computer or your tablet, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It's just like
not everybody want to watch boxing on their phone, man. Like not everybody want to watch boxing on the phone, man. But for me, I live in Florida. Man. I'm not about to watch Shakhram. I could go be at the beach. Like, I mean, there's so many other things to do. Like, these dudes need to do something to get our attention. It's no different than a shopping store. How do they get customers to come in? This is not a good boutique window. I'm walking past this. This has nothing that I want to see. Yes, Mario, I am gonna, maybe go back and watch, Akhmadaliev and the other, Israil, because he's trained with Joel Diaz, but they're not even in appealing fights. They're not even, like, So you telling me the main event I don't know and can't pronounce his name, and then the dude he's fighting I don't know and can't pronounce his name? Nah, man. Like, at least give me one dude that I can be like, nah, I'm not cutting the lawn today because I'm watching Patricio Lopez. Like, can I pronounce his fucking name? Is it okay for me to tell my wife what I'm doing? Like, this card is ridiculous. Like, cool. Masvidal is great, and the other boy is even better. Akhmadaliev. So then why they ain't in a real fight? Like, who are these dudes?
Because he's 6-0, Ness.
But he's unified. He's unified. You want a baby, a unified guy? Like, which one is being baby?
You're talking about Madrimov, and you saying that you want him in a fight that means something. I get that. I do. I understand it. But at the same time, because you're about to go down the wrong street for no reason. Isn't Masvidal the guy that beat the dude from the Contender? Because you about to tell me how he's being developed when he just jumped the fence like a few fights ago. What are you talking about? Okay, yeah,
don't talk to me about development then. You're trying to
lie
for him right now on fucking. You think I don't know him because I don't know how to. I know exactly. I told you he's trained by Joel Diaz. We seen his fight with the Contender dude, but it's a lot of hype around a dude that ain't doing too much. Not to me. The knockout with the dude from the Contender, he tackled him. He hit him, but he tackled him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they gave him that shit. So I don't know.
The best fighter.
Maybe that's why they're bringing him home, man. That you know what I'm saying? They know that it ain't like that.
The best fighter that he's fought on his record. Like, who do you want him to jump up and fight?
That's what Mario. You're not getting what I'm saying. He fought Eric Walker. Now he's fighting. Instead of capitalizing on you just put him in with a name that was next to Andre Ward for like a whole season of Contender. Now you're putting him in with many. My man's name is Emmany or Many. Is the E silent? Like, come on, bro. This is what I'm saying.
Well, you can spell 14-0, right? Because he's 14-0, and the language.
Emmy?
The fighter,
or Memmy?
Yeah,
Manny?
he's 14-0.
Bro, have you seen his box rec picture?
I mean,
I've seen. Bro.
Yeah, you mean the box rec picture that has 14-0 with 14 KOs above it? Is that the one you're talking about?
I mean the box rec picture. Come on, man.
Right, you about to say something disrespectful.
No, I'm about to say that this dude who I'm screen sharing ain't about to beat nobody.
Why? Because you know Madrimov's that good?
Because I know this dude is not.
Okay. I mean, and that whatever. Bruh, that's fine. Listen.
When's the last champ? Name one champion from the Republic of Congo.
I mean,
you know, like yo, he wants us to believe.
You got me there.
No, I'm just saying. You can't. It's not fair. It's not fair to fool people. Like this dude isn't magically. He's not magically about to turn into a serious opponent when he's coming from the Congo. Like until fighters start. Like it's like DR, right? When you and I first started this show, Mario, what was my phrase for Dominican fighters?
I forgot you stayed all the time. I'm not picking them.
You know, they don't train. I never picked the Dominican fighter until like Jason Rosario.
Right.
Not Guzman, not Javier, none of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? None of them. So it's nothing wrong with me saying that I ain't picking no dude from the fucking Congo either. If I ain't picking nobody from my own country, get out of here, man.
But that's my point. Listen. The co-main event is not the main event. This is meant to further Madrimov's in-ring ability while giving more people exposure to him. If this guy fights 4 or 5 times this year during COVID, that's going to be a huge mark for him. And so the more times he fights, the more exposure he gets, the more interested that people are going to see. You want these people to automatically have some allure about them the moment they step into the ring, but you have to want to care about them. And the only reason that you're going to want to care about them is watching them fight and seeing them fight. Again, this is a main event that's solid. 2 of the most highest ranked fighters in that division, and you're focused on Madrimov because you want him in this world beater fight. At the end of the day, I honestly feel like the problem here is that you've lost your fight and the adventurous spirit that you once had for watching boxing or watching combat sports in general.
Absolutely, man. There's far too many boxers to pay attention to now, man. They have to
get it.
Listen, my time is not free. They have to do something to garner my attention. See, like, I can switch subjects clearly to Adrian Broner. He did something to get our time. Like, what are these guys doing to get your time other than being scheduled is all I'm saying.
Well, you know what? I would say that I've done enough to show you that I know a little something that I'm talking about. So when I tell you, hey, you know what? This is a fight that you're going to want to see. I would feel like that would be good enough. You know why? Because I do that with you all the time. You tell me about dudes that I've never heard of that I don't know. And you know what? I pay attention. I watch because based off of your recommendations, what I'm trying to tell you is you putting this narrative out here and then it affects other people that haven't seen it. And then they look down on the fights too. And they look down on the card. So you're creating this domino effect that, holds back the sport. It's not about DAZN or PBC. It's about boxing in general. And when they're presenting good boxing, who gives a shit if you can pronounce the name? Because you know what? The language that we all speak is boxing. We know what the jab looks like. We know what fighter adjustments look like. We know what all that stuff is. So it doesn't matter if you know how to pronounce his name. It doesn't matter how many syllables are in it. What matters is what they do on fight night. And I promise you, if you watch, you're going to be treated to a good main event.
And it's one fight. It's one fight out of what, 40 plus for $100 a year. I mean, and there's belts on the line. You got to at least watch.
I mean, yeah, I watch it maybe like on the playback. I mean, my man.
There you go.
My man from the Congo, like the fight before this one was he fought a dude that was 5-0.
You keep talking,
but shout out to everybody that put me in my place. Like, yo, Makabu, who I met at the WBC convention, he's from the Congo. Go figure.
There you go.
Tony Bay, you washed it.
Hey, yo, I asked for a chip. They gave me a chip real quick from the
Congo. Real quick.
But moving on, man. Moving on. Shakur calls out Oscar Valdez, man. Why do I feel like this is going to turn into one of those, like Gamboa, Juan Manuel Lopez situations? I mean, this is the second division now that Shakur is after Valdez, and it's not coming to fruition. They're not giving him what he wants. I wonder when he gets completely frustrated, right? Because he wanted Josh Warrington so that he could be unified in like 14 fights. That didn't happen. So he was forced to move up. He also wanted Valdez at that division. Valdez moved up. So now he moves up. He wants Valdez. Valdez gets Burchell. Valdez wins, and now he's saying he wants Frampton Herring winner or Vasil Lomachenko. Meanwhile, Shakur said he wants Lomachenko, and he didn't get that. Man, I hate to say it, but man, I feel like we're back in that situation with Bob where he just doesn't know how to push, certain fighters.
Yeah, but at least in this case, Shakur Stevens got options on the same platform.
Which
you know what I'm saying? I mean, he got Valdez on ESPN. He got Loma on ESPN. I mean, there's fighters on ESPN that he could get.
But that's what we're talking about, champ. Like, he's been asking for Valdez since 126. He moved up when Valdez moved up. Now he wants him. Like, literally the quote, and I'm going to get more because he just had one on Twitter. Can you pull up his Twitter one? Where he's like, basically he's telling us we shouldn't be cool with Valdez, trying to get Loma or Frampton winner because we all want to see him versus Valdez, right? So, and then the one that we got here, he's like, if Valdez said right now he would
I have
fight
it.
me in June, I would tell Top Rank, scratch this fight and let me fight him next. 100 emoji. But there's this other one that Mario got.
So he quote tweeted an article from Boxing Scene saying that Oscar Valdez would love to fight Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis, or the winner between Herring and Frampton. So Shakur quote tweeted it and said, so basically if those and he's talking to Valdez. So basically if those opportunities come, you are going to fight one of those guys when you know me and you is the fight everyone wants to see. And everyone mad at me about my opponent, but the champ clear as day is looking for other opportunities. Laughing out loud emoji. And you know, that's the thing is he says that, and I understand where he's coming from, and everything that Ness said, I agree with 100%. The only thing is that let's be real for just a second, okay? Oscar Valdez, he beat Miguel Burchell. He deserves his opportunity, okay? He deserves a big fight, like a big money fight. You know, a Herring Frampton winner is a fight that he could win. I'll be honest, like the Shakur fight is Shakur's opportunity, and it's a fight Shakur is probably going to win. And I'd be, you know, I'm not going to say it's cashing Valdez out, but to a degree, I think it kind of is. Like, you know, Shakur is that good. Shakur is that good. The moment he fights Valdez, he beats Valdez. You know, and so for him to want to kind of take that slower road, I kind of understand, you know, where he's coming from. It's not right and it's unfair to Shakur. But ultimately, it's not like he's calling out, you know, bums. It's not like he's calling out, you know, bad fighters. You know, he wants to fight Tank. You know, he wants to fight Loma. He wants to fight the winner of Herring Frampton.
He can't.
But you can't call out Loma after coming off a loss. You got, and if Shakur's right there, you know what I'm saying. I would rather see Shakur and Valdez over the winner, over Valdez versus the winner of Frampton and Herring.
Absolutely, like the fact that
And
Mario,
I think that's what he's stating.
the fact that
Everybody
Mario
would
is
rather
trying
see
to
that fight.
state like that somehow Valdez versus the winner of Frampton and Herring is a bigger fight. Shakur versus Valdez is bigger than anything that, you know, winner of Frampton.
But that's a unifying. That would be him unifying.
It don't matter. Again,
titles.
Jamel Herring doesn't have the popularity of Shakur, and Frampton's on the way out, bro. There's just no way. You can't say two dudes in their prime isn't better than somehow like a dude that isn't, or
okay. But what I'm saying is Shakur is not the softer touch of all those fights. It's the more difficult fight to me. It's the fight that I have more trouble seeing Oscar Valdez winning than all the other fights.
Okay.
Mario, are you saying that's why he's not picking him right now?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's exactly why. I don't think he wants to lose after he just won in a fight that most people didn't. Well, I wouldn't say most people, but a lot of people didn't think he would.
Yeah, but
you know,
we need to have the same energy, man. Like this dude is literally moving divisions away. Like he tried to say he wasn't ducking Shakur before, that he just couldn't make 126. So now what's the problem?
Now what's the excuse? Yeah, no. Listen, again, I said before I even talked, I said everything you said I agree with. You're 100% right. It's not fair to Shakur, but ultimately I understand, you know, where Valdez is coming from, because he loses to Shakur, and I don't think he wants to lose right away. I don't know. Does that sound
like what I'm saying? Is that he's ducking. So what you're saying is that he's ducking.
But this is what I'm saying, that Top Rank doesn't know how to promote a certain type of fighter, because how is it Valdez, who isn't the Olympian, who didn't go to the Olympics, who didn't get robbed, who didn't get the huge signing bonus, you know, who isn't signed to like a huge manager, he's with Beltran, you know, like how is it that Shakur isn't the big fight? Somehow Valdez is the big fight, never doing the pay-per-view. How many main events has he had? I mean,
Valdez has had.
I just don't even.
I wouldn't even be able to
guess.
It's
like to
two or three. I'd guess 2 or 3.
He's had more than one.
To somehow call Valdez this bigger star or this bigger draw than Shakur when like what really has he done? You know,
Who said that?
I think
didn't say that.
Shakur got the ability to be one of the biggest stars in boxing. I feel like
Definitely.
he got the complete package. He's that good
he's
to me.
being held back though. He's not getting the fights. Had he got Warrington the way he was supposed to, he would have been one of the youngest unified champions. You know, they didn't get him that. They didn't get him Valdez twice now. He been asking for Loma. It's publicly out there. He wants Loma. I mean, Shakur's fighting who exactly?
So why do you think that is? Because I didn't hear. So why do you think Shakur is not getting the fights?
Because they can't secure fights for a certain type of fighter. I mean, they can't do it for Crawford. They can't do it for Shakur. You know? And Jesse Hart was only used as like, you know, a pawn for Gilberto Ramirez. You know?
But Micah's asking like specifically, and so I'll say specifically Ness's point, and not Ness's point, but really like the stigma for Top Rank is that they don't know how to promote black fighters. That's the stigma.
I mean, I thought it was changing because of Jarrell Anderson. Like they doing a good job with Jared Anderson, but these fights are cheap to them. You know, when you developing a fighter, it costs you nothing. You know, I mean, not that it costs you nothing. Obviously, it costs you something. Jared Anderson. I mean, I think what was my man's name? The insurance salesman that could beat me. eBay got paid like what, $3,500? What he got, $3,500 that or 4,000, something like that. I don't know, something around there,
like that.
You know, and
yeah, but even though you're right about the Jared Anderson thing, for me, it's about Crawford. You know, what was said about Crawford out of Bob's own mouth, that is more indicative of their treatment of specific fighters than anything they've done with Jared Anderson thus far. And I agree, they've done really well with him. But for me, it's like what was said about Terrence, whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. As your promoter, you don't say that. Like, you're tearing down your own fighter for what gain? For what gain at the end of the day? I don't get it. You're supposed to be the one that takes the backlash. You're supposed to be the one who volunteers your head on the chopping block when the writers and the fans are saying that, you know, he's not fighting this guy, he's not fighting that guy. You're the one that's supposed to stand up. And you're the one that's supposed to make the case. Even when you know you're wrong, even when you know you're lying, even when you know that it's going to be a really hard case to sell, it's you that has to go out there and take the bullet. But for you to go out there and offer Terrence, you know, offer his head out there, for you to put him in front of the bullet, like, that's wrong. That's wrong. It's not that he just stood by and didn't say anything. He offered the narrative that Terrence can't sell, that Terrence is losing money. Like, he did that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's more indicative of anything that he's done thus far in a positive way.
Yeah, but isn't that Bob Arum's playbook? It wasn't Bob Arum the famous promoter that always said you get a black fighter versus a Mexican fighter and the pay-per-view numbers are out the window? Don't we got Shakur and don't we got Valdez right there to be made?
Yeah, but he's protecting Valdez, man.
Yep.
It's no listen, it's no secret.
He's also the guy that
Shakur,
marinates. So.
People are in the chat saying, yo, what has Shakur done? Well, Shakur was supposed to fight Valdez. He vacated. Like, Shakur was supposed to fight Valdez. He was the number one. He vacated. So guess what? Shakur had to fight Joet Gonzalez. Valdez moves up. What does Shakur do? Move up. He's on his ass. Like, I mean, I don't know. What has he done? What has Bob Arum done to secure Shakur to fight? When he got the vacant title, why didn't he get him the Warrington fight? Shakur, at that age, was willing to go to fucking Leeds, man. He was willing to go to Leeds.
That's
Y'all
the problem,
man.
That's the problem. He hasn't done anything because he hasn't been given the opportunity.
Exactly. Like, and then it's not to. I'm sorry, Martin.
No. Go ahead.
Not to cut you off real quick, but I see a little bit in it. So, and boring. Yeah, you got to go back and look then, because you calling Shakur Stevenson boring. Obviously, I don't know what your eyes looking at right now. I'm serious. Like, you got to go back, look at Shakur, really follow what he's saying right now. You know, really pay attention to his footwork, pay attention to his head movement, pay attention to his defense. You know. Yeah, you gotta get it together. It's a couple of y'all, get it together, because I don't understand that part.
Yeah,
Francis.
I would
No,
I would love Navarrete to move up and get handed. You guys are tripping talking about Shakur avoided the Navarrete fight. Navarrete not even on that level, man. He too small. He started at like 22. He not even on that level, man.
Way too open. Way too open.
Wide as hell, man. Shakur
wide as hell.
Bro, Shakur is a master, man. And that's the problem, man, that he's so young. He's not gonna get the credit because they ain't giving him the fights, man.
Yeah.
He'll wash that whole stable, and then they won't have no fights. He'll
wash him.
They should have let him get Burchell to build up the Mexican fight. You know, but they went all out Mexico. That shit barely did 800,000. Come on, man. They wasted that dude. It wasn't even on pay-per-view.
But doesn't that fight make the Shakur Stevenson versus Valdez a bigger fight?
Obviously not, Mr. fucking Captain Save Valdez and Top Rank. Obviously not if they're going in another direction.
You're a hater today, dog.
They the ones going in another direction. We talking about Shakur because he's telling you that's what he wants.
But you're talking about Valdez because he beat Burchell too. You get what I'm saying? You're saying the same shit.
Mario. Maybe new people are. Maybe new people are, but we've been talking about Valdez Shakur since 126.
But that's the point, is other people are talking about him now. His exposure's out. Yeah, you and me and Francis and Morehouse and Micah, yeah, we know them. We know them well, but it's not. But we are not the people that account for the $1 million pay-per-view sales.
And again, this is exactly why no one from a certain ethnicity should be signing the Top Rank, because this is what you're telling us. The Top Rank wants you to sit on your hands because they're gonna make the fight for you bigger by not giving you the fight, giving both their Mexicans the fight, letting them both fight, and telling you, according to Mario, don't worry, this makes your fight bigger whenever you do fucking get it. But we don't know when you're gonna get it.
I said, no. What I'm saying is that Oscar Valdez benefited from the Burchell fight. Burchell benefited from the Oscar Valdez fight. That fight was written on the wall. That fight had to happen. You talk about Shakur. Yes. What are you talking about? They've wanted that fight forever. That's the fight they were heading towards.
Listen. Was Burchell ever in Valdez's weight class? The answer is no. So how could we been wanted Burchell versus Valdez? No, we wanted Shakur. Valdez left. He did what Ricky Burns did to Broner. Left 130. Went up to 135. And now Valdez left 120. So he's like, hold up. Mandatory who? Shakur? Nah, we out, man.
You can have that belt. We out.
We can't make weight. We out of here.
All I'm saying is that I'm in the business of watching the best fights. That was a great fight. Okay, so I'm not mad at, Burchell Valdez because it wasn't.
Hey, do me a favor, man. Do me a favor. Mario.
Is that me?
Oh, yeah, you call Oscar, man, and tell him to go some heart, man. Tell him to go some heart and step up and fight Shakur, man. It's looking bad. That's two different fights.
Oh, I thought you were talking about De La Hoya.
Sorry, 2 different divisions. Nah, Oscar Valdez, man. Tell him to go some heart, man, and step up.
I don't have his number, but
because if you think about it, Mario, look at the opportunities that he's had to make big fights. You always know that a Mexican against a slick back fighter always makes for a good fight. They can sell this the way better than I would say Burchell. Look how Burchell and Valdez turned out. That fight could have been built to where either you fight Oscar first and then fight Burchell, or you fight Burchell first and then fight Oscar.
It should have been.
Listen, you sound great as Shakur's manager. 100%, you're doing a great job. But that's the narrative. It can change either way. Like they made the fight. Like Shakur runs through these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem, is that they could feed their entire stable to him. I think he beats them all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad again that they got another good fight in Burchell Valdez, which, by the way,
but Mario,
again, it was Burchell that most people thought were going to win that fight.
But you understand that by saying you're not mad they got in another fight, the people that are frustrated, the Shakur Stevenson fans that watched him go up the rankings to get his mandatory shot at Valdez, and then watch Valdez say he couldn't make weight no more and vacate. So Shakur wins the vacant. He wants to unify. His promoter doesn't get him the fight. He moves up in weight. He becomes, again, somewhere 1, 2, and 3 with Valdez, and he wants his shot at Valdez, and now Valdez fights Berchelt. So he watches the fight and he says, when y'all win, I want the winner. Now he wins and he's talking about other people. Like, I mean, that's why it's unfair. Like, no, we're not happy that he fought Berchelt because he ain't fighting Shakur. That's like, you know, like.
We would be fine with the Berchelt fight if right afterwards he said, yeah, let's go, Shakur.
Let me ask you, are you going to be happy?
Berchelt out of the way, let's go,
Shakur.
Are you going to be happy if Earl goes up and fights Brian Castano just because it's PBC? He's like, fuck it, I got these 3 belts, but I'm still going up to 54 to do this and forget the Crawford fight? No, you won't be. So you need to have that same energy here, not just because 2 Mexicans fought. It's okay. It was a good fight.
My man, listen, my man's been fighting since 2012 as a pro.
Who?
Okay, so Valdez, and there was never a point where anybody was, you know, people lost confidence in Valdez based off of certain performances. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who's more dangerous, Berchelt or Shakur Stevenson?
Shakur for sure. Berchelt don't have no defense. He got defense, but I don't want to say that.
Mario, who's more dangerous?
You know, Shakur is.
Mario?
I think Shakur is the better fighter for sure.
Morehouse? Berchelt or Shakur? So then I don't understand how people gonna say that he fought the tougher fight by fighting Berchelt. Like, that's laughable.
No.
Yeah, but styles make fights, though. That's what I think that people.
I think Mario's saying is that's Bob trying to get some extra money. You know, he knows he can get away with the Berchelt and Oscar Valdez fight as Mexican warriors, and we would be cool with that.
Yeah, but if he was
cool
fair,
with that, if he would have shouted out Shakur right afterwards and said, "All right, now it's time." Let's get it.
Again,
nobody complains after that.
If Bob knew how to promote a certain type of fighter, he would have gave the Berchelt fight to Shakur. Shakur would have won, and the Mexicans would have wanted Valdez to not only avenge Berchelt, but become a 2-division champ. But again, they don't know how to build storylines. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the point.
And the truth is this. For Valdez and his team, they would rather pitch the Loma fight because for Bob, you know, that's better for Loma. He gets back in the win column versus a big name. And for Valdez, it's like, it's better for you because if you lose to Shakur, we expected that. You lose to Lomachenko, it's like, you lost to one of the best. You understand? So, you know, he's going to take his chances with Loma.
But if you guys saying, you know, basically like how you and Mario told me about the Top Rank situation, is if the stigma, then of course they're not going to push Shakur like that. They're not going to have that type of storyline. They're going to have the storyline with the Mexican versus Mexican. They're not going to allow that. Exactly. And then just like how we are all saying right now, everybody chose Shakur. So of course they're not going to allow Shakur to, you know, clean up the division because he's going to take everybody. Everybody going to have an L behind them if Shakur fights them with those 2 or 3 people.
Honestly, Micah, I thought it was going to be different with James Prince. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into music, you know, but people talk about Prince like, oh, that's a dude you shouldn't, you know, cross. Well, like, I mean, they doing your fighter dirty right now. Like, your fighter getting done dirty. He can't get the unification he want. He got to move out of divisions early. Like, because, you know, typically a fighter gets a title. He goes on and defends it or unified. Like, he got the title and he's basically moved up. So, I don't know. But that is the Shakur segment. You know, I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to add. But Shakur definitely taking it to social media and airing out his situation and how he feels and how badly he wants the Berchelt fight. The Valdez fight. Bad enough that he said he will pull out of his existing fight, which I was supposed to be looking up because there's someone from Africa, I believe, that I never heard of.
I had it right here, and I don't know where I put it.
It's just, it's really a shame too. Like, cool, you can't get my man Valdez, and you really gonna tell me that the best that they can do was that? I thought it's not even listed on BoxRec. I hope it's not listed because they just leaked it to see the field, to see like how we feel about it. Because it's, I mean,
well, they gave the date and he had said the opponent, but I don't know if it's final though.
I hope it's not final.
I think it's all like kind of set in place.
No one is excited about this fight. You know, it's very unfortunate. This guy's name is Jeremiah Nakatilia. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Yo, we have a bunch of super chats. Should I get to them real quick?
Let's go.
Okay, so Boxing Expert. Make sure that this is the first one, Boxing Expert, because you know how it disappears on my end. Boxing Expert says, Charla Perea Sola son dos
Mario, you really trying, though. I like that, man. You
I'm
ain't got
trying.
no shame, man. Let's go. Do it.
Son dos gemelas?
What?
Gemelas?
What the hell?
Are you looking at it?
Yeah,
Bruh, I don't even have it pulled up because you don't sound like you.
Mario,
you're
see how he just clowns me? He doesn't even know if something was misspelled.
You're not.
Know
you're not pronouncing it right. Look.
I'm sure I'm not, but you could at least be here helping me, and yet you're not even looking at it.
Look. He says, Chala, perrea sola, son dos gemelas, problemática, pero una casi no habla, pero las dos son gatas, son diablas, y Canelo es su papa. It should have said papa, not papi.
Yeah,
so
papa, it would have rhymed better. Let me try that. Chala, pera sola, son dos gemelas.
Gemelas. That's twins. Yeah.
The G, gemelas.
Problematic.
Pero una casilla ni habla, pero las dos gatas son diablas y Canela o eso papa.
Yo, he made his own reggaeton, my man, crazy.
Yo, I knocked that out the park.
Sounded like a song over there, man. Like, I'm about to drop a beat on you.
No, it is. He put the music quotes. That's why.
Yeah, he put the music quote. Yeah.
All right. So okay.
Next one is coming from Richard D. He says Shakur and
wait,
Devin
let me take it from the top because we missed KDDR.
I missed him. Okay,
right?
go ahead.
Did you ever get to KDDR who says, Ness, please screen share source of credibility, the report or reporter Twitter page, Bongo Lozado Twitter page, at what the hell? We can all have a great laugh. Who is this and what are you even talking about? I don't know who's this Twitter account you want us to screen share. Bongo. Who's Bongo?
Bongo
sound like he come from the Congo. Where are we now? So that was the super chat. We going to the next one is from Ken Stone. Frampton bodies Herring. I got 135 riding money line. Let's go. The Jackal. Nice. Hashtag the Jackal. Hashtag 3-time. Hashtag there's only one called Frampton. He tripping. $135 on money line. You tripping. M-Easy in the BX says, does Shakur or Valdez get the winner of Frampton Herring? Man, well, obviously it's Valdez. He the golden goose. He already asked for it. I know Shakur wanted it too, or didn't he take step aside money to let Herring fight Frampton or something? We need to check that out. Because I know he's like number one in both sanctioning bodies, right? Ain't he number one in PB in WBC and in the WBO?
He's number one in the WBO and he's number one in the WBC.
He's mandatory for both, man.
Yeah.
Both of them, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think
is he the mandatory for both?
Both of them, he's mandatory for. He allowed Herring to get his fight off with Frampton, and as soon as Valdez beat Burchelt, he became mandatory immediate. He's in the driver's seat, bro.
Well, it's because he had the WBO though, right?
Yeah. So he moved up and he allowed Herring. I think he took some step aside, so Herring could do his thing, get his big fight. Yeah. But moving on, we got we did M-Easy. We got Ken Stone, who says Frampton handled Donaire better than Inoue and Quigg better than Valdez. First person to expose Leo Santa Cruz and take his O. Herring showed no heart last fight. He also had no lungs from COVID last fight. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll definitely see.
We got Andres, who says, Aki TV says Manny Pacquiao-Crawford fight is off because Pacquiao turned down the $40 million offer. I mean,
but that was what they said.
We need a source.
Before, too, though.
I need a source, man. Manny said he wanted 40. Why would he turn down 40?
Yeah, that was the rumor too. Like, whenever they were trying to make the fight last year, they said the exact
Manny
same
turned
thing.
down 40, I'm sure Bob would be out here letting us know that shit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He'll be throwing all type of dirt on Manny name, like all that negotiation.
Go ahead.
We are on Trey Miller, who says, "Don't worry, Ness. The DAZN card starts at 10 a.m. Get ready.
Oh, what?
Get ready for Ben versus Vargas next week. Damn, 10 a.m. Wow.
That's crazy.
Bama Bo with the big super chat, the dub. He said, I feel Mario would have knocked out the dude that Showkid beat. Showkid will be 2 times better next fight, and he would knock that guy out in a rematch. Showkid versus Mario is the main event from the Boxing Gods. Make it happen. Mario got to pay collateral.
No, he didn't say that. Did he say that?
Yeah. Mario, I already told him, man. Mario
God,
got to pay collateral, man. We can't trust Mario to be the main event. Imagine us putting Mario on the posters and then you don't show up, man.
I'll do collateral. That's fine.
Hey, hold on.
Key Mario just said facts.
Real quick. If that's what it takes for me to be main event, then fine. I'll do it.
No, we want that fight to be main event, but we don't trust that you go make it. And
that's what he just said.
Non-refundable.
No, I'm adding to it.
Oh, my bad. Go.
2, and the fact that also making the weight that is contracted to be made.
Yeah, stop blowing weights, man. Keem saying you a weight blower, and Showkid said you ain't
Mario,
gonna make weight.
Mario, and 3, Bama Bo. Don't worry about him saying you're gonna knock, because he said that Stanley's gonna beat me how much times, man. So it's all good. He can cancel when he talking about that border war stuff.
You know what? I stay on Bama Bo's good side because I know how to politic.
Nah, Bama
because he's the one that
he knows what he's talking about. But he did say that Showkid will be 2 times better and whatnot. But I don't know about not. Do you think he would have knocked him out, Ness? I don't know, man.
Ooh, can Mario knock out Mike?
Yeah.
I don't know the height. The height of
I don't know about that one, man.
It was hard for Showkid to land punches on Mike, and Mario stocky.
You like a blanket.
Mario so stocky. Can he get those big arms all the way up there to hit Mike? I don't know, man. But back to these super chats. We got boxing expert. Oh, right, we just read that one. We got Richard D says Shakur and Devin are the only youngins looking for the smoke. Smoke emoji. And Rich is back with another one. Shout out to you. He says Shakur becomes undisputed at 130 if given the chance. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know why they're not marketing him this way. And listen, they got early footage in the top-ranked gym of him sparring Lomachenko, so they know what's going on. They know what it is. Jordan Carter says, Mario Faye's getting bigger day by day. Damn, Mario, what's your weight, man?
I mean, probably 194 right now, 193.
Yo. We want video from now on, man. Every time we ask your weight, you
want me to go? Listen, y'all want to do 30-day weigh-in? We could do 30-day weigh-in. That's fine.
Mario, man.
You got to get on their head. They talking crazy. Let them know who you is. You got to come hard.
They calling him John Guzman.
You got to go hard. You can't listen, Mario. You got to go hard. You make sure, let them know, because they coming for you. They coming. You got to, Border Wars, you got to make sure you put in that work.
Yo,
don't let them do it.
You is a little rounded over here, looking like a hamster, man.
I mean, I have a round face. That's that's what it is.
Yo, I went for a bike ride today, man.
Mario, just say that's plushiness. That's okay. Ladies love plushiness. That's okay.
Yo, 16-ounce gloves love puffy cheeks too, man.
You can't miss
them. They absorb.
Yo, Richard
can't miss them when you swing.
Richard D says, Mario, Valdez been pro since 2012 and Shakur pro 2018. Duck.
That's what I said.
Well, you ain't
saying. He's saying he been I think he's trying to turn my point around.
Yeah, because you're trying to develop Valdez. It's like, yo, how you developing a dude?
Trying to develop Valdez. My point was that my man put in work for a long time, and he got the opportunity that nobody thought he was going to win. By the way, everybody keep talking like, that the Valdez fight was definitely the fight. Like people thought it was going to be Burchell Shakur.
Show Kid saying the same thing. Everybody know, but these fighters keep signing. I don't get it. Floyd told y'all about Bob. Bud should have been fought Pac-Man. Bob about to do Shakur just like them. Bob ain't worried about him. He more worried about Berlanga, who is easy money. I mean, Berlanga is a star, man, but we'll see what happens with Damon. You know what I mean? Does Damon bust that bubble? Yeah, we'll see, because Damon been down by some people. You see, I had no hair on my... I let him know. He been down by some people, and Berlanga tap him.
I thought it was just Steve Rolls.
What you mean?
No?
Steve Rolls put him down. My God put him down. That's the first one. I'm like, yo, how you... My God put you down. Don't get me wrong.
I
My
thought
God was
that was a
tough.
split decision win, right?
He won, but he got put down. He said, I got caught. I said, yeah, so what happens when you get caught with Berlanga?
Oh, that's right. I remember he said that. Yeah.
What happens when you get caught with Berlanga, man? Boxing Expert said, Bad Bunny, Perrea Sola. Please try again, Mario. He gonna have to look up that song first, Mario, so you could get the song in your head and the tune.
I got some Bad Bunny songs.
Nah, I mean that
thing,
song,
but I don't
that
think
song.
I got that one. I don't know what that is.
I copy pasted for you. Just bloop, put it in your little
Oh,
iMusic.
you the man, champ.
Put in your little iMusic. Try again.
Wait.
All right. So, any other topics we need to get to?
Yeah, there's a couple notes. Anderson Silva and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. set for an exhibition June 19th. You know what? Let's just talk about all of them. Marco Antonio Barrera will be facing off with Jesus Soto Carras in an exhibition. I had the date for that one, and I don't know what happened. I guess I must have copied it. Wrong.
I thought.
Is it
Barrera,
on the June?
No, I thought Barrera was fighting the rival there.
Eric Morales?
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. But no, we are going Marco Antonio Barrera versus Jesus Soto Carras in an exhibition set for June 11th in Pico Rivera, California. Plans for the Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah. So it said plans for the Hall of Fame former 3-division champion have already changed. Previous rumors had Barrera facing longtime rival Eric Morales on July 16th in what was billed as the fourth fight between them. Although exhibition, does that really count as a fourth fight? But anyway, but instead, Barrera's return has been moved up 1 month with a significant opponent change. The 47-year-old Mexican icon will instead face Jesus Soto Carras, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Like Soto Carras's career,
Carras can still fight, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yo, what is going on? Barrera's tripping.
Wait, Jesus Soto Carras is back?
He's fighting Marco Antonio Barrera, 47-year-old Marco Antonio Barrera.
Is it an exhibition?
Exhibition, yeah.
Headgear.
No.
Remember, Arce and Cesar Chavez had headgear.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that. Oh, well, you know what? It doesn't say that they're not having headgear, so you might be right there. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say, but
supposedly Tyson Holyfield's back on again. I'm so tired of these effing fights, man. Boxing got to step up, man.
Yeah, no.
Boxing got to step up.
I am very sick of it. Also, Cotto Marquez.
I love these fights, man.
Well.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Man.
Go ahead.
Let me jump in on this, man, because I read a very interesting article. I put it in the pre-pro a couple days ago. I know you guys ain't look at it, but Mark Kriegel, man, he wrote a nice piece. It was kind of nice, right? Because it was like definitely an attack on Oscar, and basically saying what we're saying about Bob, that Oscar isn't promoting right, that he's more concerned with his comeback than being concerned with promoting the young Ryan Garcia and Virgil Ortiz, and he's got a point, he's got a point, but I'm bringing this up, and the correlation is that Oscar obviously is coming back to an MMA fight. He's part of the exhibition run that's going on, but he's also one of the guys that tried to shit on exhibitions when Floyd was doing it with McGregor. He called it a circus.
Yep. Good point.
And Kriegel, no, not my point, Kriegel, his article. So Kriegel, quoted him there, and he's like, the same guy that called it a circus back then and said that it, Floyd is gonna doom boxing because, once exhibition starts, they won't stop. Well, it's true, they didn't stop, and now Oscar's joining in the fun along with everyone. But the point of Kriegel's article, and the question I want to ask you guys is, do you think he's right? Is that by these old guys coming back, they're stealing the thunder and the ability for the new stars of today to become stars, because the nostalgic boxing fans are coming out to see the Mike Tysons and the Vanders, and now you're talking about Julio Cesar Chavez and Arce, and you said fucking Barrera and Jesus Cotto Carras, and then Marquez is fighting fucking Cotto. It's like, are you guys giving? Why is Cotto coming out? Now he's taking the attention away from Berlanga. He should bring his ass to Orlando, be on his Twitter talking about, yo, I'm going to be in Orlando. Don't forget Berlanga fight. Like, why don't fighters big each other up? Like, it's so crazy, man. But I don't know, man. Does Kriegel got a point? Like, are these exhibitions taken away from the ability for the Shakurs and the Valdezes to become superstars?
Well, yeah, man, it's effed up, man. Go ahead. It's effed up, man. This is supposed to be the year undisputed, and it's going to be all washed away by these BS fights. I mean, look we got Ramirez, Taylor. Supposedly, we got AJ Fury. I mean, there's more possibilities for undisputed what the sport needs, what every fan out there is dying for. One champion for one weight class, and it's all going to get swept away by this BS. Because, unfortunately, this BS still gets views, still gets money, and it's going to keep continuing as long as you're going to get like that 1.8 million views from Tyson and Roy Jones. Then you got Tyson and Holyfield 3 supposed to happen. I mean, it's going to be nonstop until fans don't pay for it.
Yeah. I'll say this. Kriegel definitely had a point, but so did the Boxing Voices writer Julio Garcia, who wrote an article on exhibitions and made that exact same point, that it takes away from the younger fighters. I watch wrestling, and this happens a lot in wrestling, right? Like, they bring back old stars like Hulk Hogan and, these people that have no business, in the market, and that are taken away from the younger stars. And that's what's happening. Like, I'm not saying that there's not a place for it. I just think that what's going on and what's been set off in this overabundance of exhibitions, it is taken away. Like, all of it together. Like, you have a fight staged, here and there, whatever, or on the undercard of like a big time, because that's the way it should work. Like, if Cotto wants to come and fight an exhibition, fight it on the undercard of a Berlanga, just like you said, like, fight it. Use it in a way to promote the sport forward and promote the younger stars. Don't do it in a way where it's, you making your bag and then essentially like, that's it. Like, this is being done for a very specific reason, and is it because guys need the money? I don't know. But maybe if we paid these guys better in the first place, they wouldn't feel the need to come back and have these exhibitions. But ultimately, I feel like it does take away from the younger guys.
And I feel like, for sure, I think boxing as a whole, like I said, I'm still getting to the point as even with you guys as being knowledgeable. I'm always researching and doing stuff like that. But of course, everybody doesn't do what I do. So what I'm saying is, it definitely, like, for instance, Shakur, me being a woman on this panel, I know it's all me, but Shakur is nice on the eyes. He got that look. He will bring the juice. So you gotta, like, Shakur, is no way other people are not supposed to be able to see somebody that has a look like Shakur. That'll bring in even other people, other, as far as even women and stuff, because they're gonna be like, ooh, Shakur is, Shakur is cute. Even when what they do, they'll come, they'll come and look. Because I done been with homegirls before, and if the basketball player is cute, even though they don't watch it or watch boxing, if he nice on the eyes, that's just how it is. We are in that type of culture with social media. So I just feel like boxing as a whole has got to do a better job at promoting, in particular, the young fighters. I don't have a problem with the older, with the Tyson and stuff, because sometimes you enjoy that, but just like Ness is saying too, some of the older fighters, the legends and stuff like that, you got to be able to big up the younger fighters, put them in the forefront, because sometimes it almost comes across to me as like jealousy. So sometimes you don't know, but I see both sides with Mark saying.
I'm with you. Micah,
Fran-
and don't
Francis was up. He didn't
That's
get.
okay.
he
Go ahead.
didn't
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, go.
Francis watching TV over there. I'm with you,
He had
though,
his
man.
hand raised.
Oh, I mean, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that I'm of the different mindset. I feel like I'm of the Floyd Mayweather era where fighters got to do their very best to promote yourself. As much as yes, the promotional company is gonna promote you when you got your fight, do their media run, pay the marketing, do what they gotta do. You understand? But you yourself, you gotta be your biggest billboard, man. You gotta be your biggest megaphone. Your biggest advertisement. You got to advertise for yourself. Try to attach yourself to as much events as possible. Runway shows, athletic events, spelling bee. It doesn't matter what it is. But what
if you
hold on. Those things, my apologies. Those things help towards building, you know what I'm saying, your career. And then that now brings in the casual fans. The promoter and the promotion is already going to bring the boxing fans.
Everybody doesn't have, first of all, yes, that is true what you're saying. Some boxers got to do a better job as far as self-promoting themselves, but they're still boxers. Like, you see certain boxers, you see them on Instagram, you see them on Twitter, you see them promoting themselves. It's still, you dealing with a different animal, a different beast when you got a machine behind you. So they going to build you up. They going to take it to a whole nother level. Yeah, you saying that they got to self-promote, but still, Floyd knew how to self-promote, but he also was a businessman, and he had certain people that he was connected with to get him to that next level. So you just can't have self-promotion. You got to have the overall. But I'm just saying, I understand. Listen, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you saying, Francis. You saying that the fighter themselves have to make sure that they're self-promoting, that they got to make sure they be, doing what they need to do. But I'm saying sometimes, even if they are doing what they need to do, you have to get connected to the right people to take you to that next level. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. Can I tell you something real quick? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna add this to you. A lot of people will believe that Ryan Garcia is a C-level fighter. Okay, let's just say that. But he has hustled so much that you cannot deny the fact that he's A-side against most people that he fights right now.
How did he hustle, though? You saying he's hustled. Did he hustle by him? Yes, he hustled, but who's behind him?
I'm going to tell you.
Who's behind him?
I'm going to tell you.
He still hustled, but he had help getting that hustle.
Let me tell you. You see that little Cobra bag thing that he got there in the garage? He did a lot of that. Then he started mixing with a lot of people from different industries, especially in the YouTube and all these different young superstars of not of boxing, of different areas, started to bring their fans in. And then like you said, he's easy on the eyes. So, you know what I'm saying? The females coming for him like a young Oscar. Like they bout that, you know what I'm saying, checking for Ryan. So he's making himself available with these photo shoots and all these things that he's doing himself so that people can see it and like it.
My man is sharp, man. He held the Bible study live on his IG. It got over 4,000 people live yesterday.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta do. Tio got a taste of it. And look at him now. Tio is out here doing his best to make rounds so people know what's popping with him. You know what I mean? You can't just gone the days of you sitting back and can't articulate yourself properly and expect a promoter, you know what I'm saying, to articulate well enough for you to make the money that you expect to make. You have got to put in the work, man. You just got
to. So then everybody agrees with Bob Arum? Everybody agrees with Bob Arum and how he spoke on Terrence Crawford?
No.
Saying that he don't promote himself?
No, I agree with Bob. I agree with Bob, but I don't agree. I don't think Bob should have said it out loud. He shouldn't. Those are things that you don't say.
If you really felt that way and you really cared about your fighter, you bring him in a closed door meeting and you say, "Listen, you gotta start using IG and get that Snapchat going." Like, that's
Mario,
what you do. You don't come out and you don't bash him.
How old is Bob?
But how do we know that he hasn't done that? How do we know they haven't asked him to do that already? Because we know Ward.
You crazy.
Remember, we know Ward.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to say, I'll get this off. We know that Andre Ward used to verbally come out and be like, yo, say, yo, I'm not going to act a certain way because people want me to. So at least he made it seem like, those conversations was brought up to him.
Okay, and listen, you might be right, but then how much more unnecessary is it to say it in public if you did have that conversation? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that's the thing, though. Now, I'm glad you went there. So now we hypothetically agreeing that this conversation was had behind closed doors, and he's like, "Look, Terrence, come on, man, help us help you. You know, get on your social media, make a little bit of noise, go to some basketball games, yada yada yada." And you know that didn't get done, and now he's outing him like, dude, don't want to promote himself.
I think the perfect example that we see in today's promotional boxing community would be Devin Haney. Devin Haney shows up to every fight on the zone card. He's always there to do media before every fight, and that's what a lot of fighters today are not doing. And that's why Haney, even though he hasn't had those big names on his record, that's why people are continuously talking about him and debating about him as a fighter, because he makes sure he puts himself out there.
Yo, I don't care what nobody tell me. AB can lose 5 straight more fights, and he'll sell out most places that he performs in.
Well, speaking of AB, he came out.
You want to?
You're probably right.
He came out on his Twitter with a long rant saying how, you know, Espinoza and Al lied to him. They said they were going to keep him busy. They ain't keeping him busy. And, you know, he doesn't want to balloon and wait. And, you know.
He deleted that, though, right?
Man, it would be too late anyway. It's on.
No, of course. But.
Because the PBC's running out of money.
Moore's House making the haters happy.
Yeah, in the
yeah, they ran through the Showtime budget. Now they ran through the Fox budget. They ran through 2 budgets.
Yeah.
Now everything's on pay-per-view. Put everything on pay-per-view.
Yo,
I mean, AB just fought. Like, I feel like,
but he wants to have another fight announced though. Like, you know.
Oh yeah, you know what? Then he should. He should. You know, he's earned that at least. You know, to be, and that's the other thing. Like, why not? Like, if you are in the business of Adrian Broner, you know that that's good business. So I don't get it. Also, maybe they don't want to have another situation where they had with the opponents. You know, because we had multiple opponents change, and rumors, and of this guy and that guy. So I don't know. It could be a lot of different things.
Hey, just speaking of Keith Thurman today on his interview, what about Keith Thurman and AB? That's a good fight for his comeback.
That would be a great fight, man. That would
Hell
be a
yeah,
great fight.
would.
I would love
What do you
that
like
fight.
better, that fight, or Keith Thurman Broner or Thurman Berto? What's a better fight for you?
Nah, Broner.
AB.
Broner, man.
AB.
Broner all
AB.
Micah?
day.
Yeah.
AB?
Broner. Yeah, AB.
Broner, man. What about
sure.
Francis? He's not there in the magic chair.
Francis.
But what else we got, man? What else we got?
That was
Super
it with
chat.
the exhibitions. Cotto Marquez, Barrera Carras, and Anderson Silva, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I'm not gonna lie, it's got my interest. Like, to me, this is different. Like, with Cotto Marquez, these are 2 guys that I'm not sure how much harder they could work and like actually have a real fight. Marco Antonio Barrera Soto Cross, that's just crazy to me. But you have a guy in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. who, I mean, I don't even know if he's a boxer at this point anymore, but he's not far off from the boxer that he was. You know what I mean? Anderson Silva.
No, he's going to come in 20 pounds overweight and
Probably.
quit in the 4th round.
Well, okay, but that's the thing. Is a guy like Chavez Jr., right, who, let's say it, he's had a disappointing career to this for people that thought he was going to be the next Chavez Sr. But is boxing the kind of sport that even if you are, a Chavez Jr., you'll always be able to beat a guy like Anderson Silva, a guy that fights MMA? I think it is. I don't see Silva beating Chavez because
better be able to.
Listen, but that's my point. Is we talked about the Floyd and Conor fight. Like, there were actually people that thought Conor would win. You have to understand the sport. People think combat sports are one and the same, and they're not. Boxing is not just a thing where you go and you punch. There is technique involved. It's the sweet science. They call it that for a reason. So even a guy with, you know, I don't want to say minimal skill, but like a guy who's not the upper echelon of boxing still beats a guy like Anderson Silva because you have to have that background in boxing, just like Chavez Jr. couldn't go to MMA and expect to tap out Anderson Silva. It's the same thing. Like, these are two different sports, and for these guys to try to come in, like, I always feel like, honestly, I'm going for Chavez Jr., even though I've always been a fan of Silva. Like, we cannot have an MMA guy beat a boxer in a boxing ring, because it opens up a can of worms that are A, unnecessary, and B, totally ludicrous. So,
well, if there's a chance of an MMA fighter beating a boxer, here it is. Because I don't trust Chavez Jr.
Great way to say that. Him. I love the way you just put that.
I just don't trust him. But, I mean, like a Floyd and McGregor, if anybody really thought that McGregor had a chance in that fight, I mean,
they were out there. I
know they were out there, but I mean, come on, if you're a fan of boxing.
No, you're absolutely right. I think even if you're a fan of MMA, if you're like a knowledgeable fan of combat sports to any degree,
well, they knew.
They just couldn't say it.
No, they knew it.
They knew. They just say it. But what I'm saying is that there were actual fans out there that were like, oh my God, who's going to win? And it's like, are you shitting me? Like, I can tell you who's going to win. But, you know, with this fight, I think you said it. That was the best way to say it. If there was ever a fight where a boxer was going to lose, it's this. Not because, you know, a boxer is going to lose in his own sport, but because Chavez Jr. is a guy that, you know, like you said, it's hard to trust whether or not he's going to come out and be ready and prepared. You know, even for a guy like Anderson Silva, who, by the way, at one point wanted to fight Roy Jones. You know, that fight had some traction back in the day before ultimately getting shut down.
Let me get to these super chats. We got KDDR says, Ness, I'm giving you the source that wrote the story, calling it nonsense. From the Inquirer.net, his name is Bang Lozado, and screen share the Twitter. So he wants me to show you the Twitter of this person, but I don't know. I have to like copy paste.
What story is he speaking of, Ness? I'm sorry.
The one that they called it nonsense. But I did the research. You know, he spent $10 to discredit this guy, so we might as well help him out here.
I heard it from multiple sources. So
yeah, well, the thing is this: he's like, I guess, you know, laughing at the dude's Twitter, right? Because the dude's got like, I don't know. He's got like some sort of, I can't even find it now because he gave me the wrong handle.
I thought you were sharing it.
I was trying. He gave me the wrong handle. Let me go to his last tweet. That's the one, his last.
What's his name?
Like Bang Lozado. But it doesn't matter. I went to Alexa.com. Inquirer.net is huge. It's huge, yo. If there's 1 billion websites, which there's more than 1 billion in the world, you understand? Mm-hmm. Anybody can open a website, right? This particular website, and I can screen share that because, like I said, I was doing the shit in the background. This particular website, look, it's ranked fucking 434 in the world. People spend almost 4 minutes on there. You guys don't even understand what that is, man. I've been doing this internet shit for 12 years, man. I wish I was a 434 and people stood 4 minutes on my site. You need to be quiet. Look at all the sites that are sending traffic to them. ABC and CNN.com, Rappler.com, Philistar.com. Bro, those are huge sites. So maybe Sean Gibbons spoke to Inquirer.net, Dong Lozado, or whatever his funny Twitter handle is, for a reason. But the point is, that article is on the Inquirer.net, which is huge. Huge. Like, huge.
That's not like the Inquiry, right? Like the National Enquirer.
Inquirer.net.
Oh, Inquirer.net.
Yeah.
Okay. .net.
And it's Sean Gibbons that did the let me see
interview.
The interview. But let me see if I click the dude's name. Would that take me to? No, that just takes me to his archives, which he has a few stories.
I think the Athletic ran a story as well. I could be mixing up the websites, but
this is funny. This guy writes multiple sports. he was really working today. I mean, he dropped 4 stories today, 4 different sports.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah. Well, he's definitely writing a lot, actually, on this site. He wrote a story called "I'm Coming For You, Casamayor Calls For a New Way." And that's the one where I guess he wants to retire. Casamayor calls out a new way and Regendow. And remember, that's a coincidence, right? For the common boxing fan, that he's doing an article on Manny and he's also doing an article on Casamayor. Who is Casamayor's handler? Come on, guys. Jesus Christ. Sean Gibbons, man. Sean Gibbons.
Casamayor's.
Sean Casamayor.
Yeah.
Casemiro.
That's why y'all lost. All right.
I was like,
talking about like Casemiro.
Casemiro.
So he's like, yo, that's just funny. That's like, come on, guys.
I actually knew he was talking. I just
giving
him a hard time. I was giving him a hard time.
What? I thought he was gonna say it again and catch himself. He said it again, like I was like,
oh, super confident.
Casemiro. Yo, they trying to give Rigo now and shit. Like, come on, man. Y'all playing my man's Rigo out.
Why?
Man.
Why is that playing him out?
Bro, because, he's old, man. He's old, man. But anyway, we got...
So he should...
James Benitez. Berlanga gonna knock him out in 1 round. Dude was capping like Maurice Lee.
Damn.
Yo, it's so funny that on this show... We've had so many Kappas, right? Like Maurice Lee Captors, Jerry Forrest, and hopefully, the Demond Nicholson is not a Kappa, man, for real. I want to see him put up a fight.
I think too, though. Huh? He was talking good.
He was talking good.
Yeah. I think though, like there's like
Chile Kappas a little bit.
What?
Chile?
Huh? Yeah, Jalay did cap us a little bit.
He capped us a little bit. Yeah, hell yeah. Come on, man. We got to give everybody a fair shake.
He told us he was in dog shape and looked like he was damn. Sheesh. Damn. Yo, and I actually like give Jerry Forrest his respect back, like, because he told us no other heavyweight trained like him. He told us that. And I know he shit the bed versus Takam after that interview, but he showed us that nobody trained like him when he fought Joulet, man. He got up off that ground 3 times to whoop that boy. And he beat that boy. He beat him.
He beat that boy.
Let me see what else we got. Are we all ready to open up these lines? Did we even open them up? I think we did open them up and we just got caught up talking.
No, we never opened them.
No, we never opened them up.
We never even talked about Heber Rondon. I don't even know how they announcing this again. Like, wasn't this already official?
Date?
No, they have the venue and the date.
No, they have everything.
Venue. Yeah. They never have it, Francis? Venue. Yeah, I just remembered off the top of the head, man, the old Mandalay Bay, arena, the one that Pacquiao used to dominate with a lot of performances in Vegas. They're going to be out there. It's called the...
I'm going to be honest, man. They got to stop doing this. It's like, Haney's fighting in May. Haney might be fighting Linares. It's official. Haney's fighting Linares. It's official. Haney's fighting Linares in Las Vegas. It's official. He's fighting in Las Vegas. And man, you still in the thunder from the announcement. Like, I'm a hardcore. I'm already like, what? How is this how is this new news? Like, we announcing it again?
Maybe they just can't believe that it's actually happening. Maybe it's really like, oh my, is this really Devin actually really getting a fighter that we all can say yes to? We're stuck on it. But
also,
Francis, until they get in the ring, man. Until they get in the ring on the night, we're gonna mention it all the way till it happens.
That's just how they stay in the news cycle. They're doing the same thing with AJ and Fury.
That's worse though. That's much worse.
We came to an agreement. We finally signed the papers.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
We're working on the venue. We're traveling.
We decided on the font that we're going to use in the contract. but see, I think that the story was like basically the date and the venue. I think that's more what it was.
But I agree with that, this story.
Yeah.
No, this is the official. Like they sent press releases and fight posters out finally. This is more official than when Boxing Scene announced it last week. And it's more official than when Bill told us it was in Vegas.
I think Boxing Scene just came. I think Boxing Scene took it from the fact that Bill said it to us here. They waited and then they dropped it. The people ran with it. But this is the official stuff, man. I love it.
And then you got Barbarian with Crawford.
Like the fight
You'll have
poster.
an announcement by the end of this week. You know what I'm saying? And why is that? Let me ask the audience, why are people doing that? The journalists, I mean the promoters. Why announce a fight on Friday after the news cycle? So it's just dead all weekend.
I don't know if they are gonna announce it tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean apparently that's what Bob said.
Yo,
that's what he said. But
real quick, shout out to man, I don't even know her. Let me see. Hopefully she listens. And yes, her name is Melissa Saintville, and she's a female boxer from Gleason's, and she's on American Ninja Warrior. Yo, she made it to American Ninja Warrior. I swear to God, that used to be one of my dreams when I first started working out and doing mad pull-ups and shit. I had got all the way to 25.
Go to like a thing?
Yeah, I went to one of the things, but it wasn't like a qualifier or nothing like that. It was just one of the parks. But like, yo,
but you were able to go through the thing, right? Go through the obstacle?
Yeah. So
That's
she made it, and she's running for autism in the American Ninja Warrior. She's a boxer. Awesome. So let me see. She don't have a date on it, man. But I mean, I guess if you're into American Ninja Warrior, check out the schedule and check her out, man. That's official that she made it all the way to American Ninja Warrior for sure.
There's only two things that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
There's only two things that I've always wanted to do, man, and one of them be an amazing race and that wipeout thing. I think I can.
Oh, wipeout!
Wipeout is like American Ninja Warrior, though.
Yeah, I know. Except
kind of
and pulling and all the other stuff. It's more fun with dodge stuff and stuff like that. It's not more of the show how much fitness you got. It's more show how much agility you got.
Exactly.
And you dodge. You know what I mean? Whereas Amazing Race is another one where it's endurance, man. It's just pure.
Yeah. No, that's athletic based stuff. I think that the wipeout is not as athletic based stuff. But yeah, man, shout out to Melissa. She's been fighting since like early 2000s. She's been a pro. She's been in the ring with people like Delphine Persoon. Who else? There was somebody else she's been in the ring with. I can't remember who though. But that's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah, man.
They called her Little Miss Tyson.
Yeah, man.
That was her nickname.
It's official, man. Anybody that can make it, that's what's up. She's gonna get some.
Well,
TV
it's not
exposure.
official yet. They're gonna make it official. No, I'm playing.
Yo, and also, since we talking about what's official, what's not, Stephen Big Shot Shaw, he's facing Jermaine Franklin.
Yes,
and that's official.
I'm so glad I forgot to put that on there because even though you had announced it, it was definitely like re-announced. Like, this is getting crazy. Good God, this happens every day now. I feel
And then also Elvis Rodriguez.
Yes, who's he fighting?
He's fighting I think is it Jose Sabata? I'm not
Jose Sabata, they finally gave him a fight.
I'm gonna do a quick plug too. Let me do a quick plug. Afternoon Sports Slate. Go check that out. Elvis Rodriguez. I had a new juice alert long time ago. It's been a while now. Nest, I think he's Dominican, correct?
Yeah.
So salute to that. So I definitely did that, and I really like Elvis Rodriguez. So I just want to plug that.
He's awesome. He's fighting Kenneth Sims, though. He's fighting Kenneth Sims.
Kenny Sims.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just saw the card.
Kenny, but that's still a good fight, though. That's still a good fight.
The Magic Man. The Magic Man, I think they call him.
Pedro Campa, and then it's Rodriguez versus Kenneth. Okay, yeah.
I think they call Kenny Sims Jr. the Kenny Sims Jr. the Magic Man.
Do they?
Yeah, he's a dope fighter though.
No, I've seen Kenneth Sims fight before. This is a step up for sure for Elvis. I'm definitely excited to see this, and Zapata's on that card too. That's gonna be a nice little card. That is the May 22nd card. That's gonna be Josh Taylor and Ramirez, as Francis said. Wow. Yeah, Zapata's fighting Pedro Campa. and like you said, Elvis Rodriguez and Kenneth Sims Jr. So that's shaping out to be a pretty decent little card.
Isn't
Yo,
Elvis Bam Bam?
Isn't Sims?
Elvis is Bam Bam, right?
No,
is,
no. Elvis
the
is not Bam
Dominican
Bam.
kid.
Elvis is the one that does the guitar after he wins. He nickname after Elvis Presley. Trained by Freddie Roach.
They call him the Dominican kid.
I'm confused. I'm thinking about the kid out of the RGBA camp, the Robert Garcia camp.
Oh, you're talking about
one of the twins.
Bam
One
Bam.
of the twins. Yeah, Bam Bam. He's got a twin, right?
Bam Bam from Roberts.
I thought his first name was Elvis too. My bad. My bad.
I don't know. The last Bam Bam we interviewed was Pretty Boy Bam from the Ellen Show.
No. But that's
Yo, let me ask y'all a question though. Is Kenneth Sims the dude that Showtime did a feature on not too long ago?
Yeah. Well, I don't. It was a while back though. No. It was last year at least, right?
He lost to Samuel Teal and he got a draw with Montana Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Kenny Sims. He from Chicago.
Call you pop up out of nowhere. What up, champ?
Yeah,
what up,
what's up with my geniuses?
What up, man?
What's happening?
What's happening? What's up with my guy Francis?
Yo, Bop, what going?
You know what I mean, Rascal.
He's on the ITAL tip.
Troy always brings like the cool factor. Like every time he comes, the aura of cool just goes up.
Yo, so honestly, the only exhibition I'm looking forward to is that Cotto Marquez, man. All them other dudes could go sit down.
Man, are you for real? You want to you excited to see that?
I ain't say excited, but that's like the only one I care about. The rest of them dudes can go sit down, man. Tell them sit down somewhere.
You don't want to see Chavez Jr. spark out an MMA guy in the boxing ring?
Nah, man.
I don't want to see an MMA fighter spark out Chavez Jr.
Shit. That more else. Oh man.
Spark out. Nah.
We gotta support our boxers when they fight in MMA dudes inside the boxing ring.
Word. So let's go out to these callers, man, because I think we've already went through everything.
Oh, y'all went.
Remember
I
to
must
rate
have
us
missed it.
5
Y'all
stars
did the Manny
on
Pacquiao and
iTunes.
Crawford. Okay.
Oh, give us your take. Sorry.
Yeah, give us your take.
But it's called off though now, right? Or it's not we don't know, right?
That's exactly what we was talking about. Like it's
That's
a back
topic,
and forth.
yeah.
It's a back and forth kind of situation where it's on, it's off. They said like we don't know what to believe. What do you believe?
Crawford fans.
Yo, Micah, tell the people that
anxiety
Pacquiao's fighting Mikey. Go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and tell him.
He fighting Crawford.
I'm gonna hold off then, because I saw it got a little spicy the other day with Francis and Ness. Now I agree. This time I actually agree with Francis a lot because I'm Spence, but I'm Spence and Crawford. I got a lot of love for Crawford, but I got love for Spence too. But on this one, I'm gonna hold off on it because I'm gonna let the dust settle. I want to see some more things first. I'm gonna see, because it's a lot. It's a lot been going on with that, so I want to see a little bit more. Then I give my full opinion because like I said, it's up in the air right now. But I saw both points what Ness was saying as far as with Crawford, and then I seen with Francis because as far as Spence, once again I feel like with Crawford, the caliber of fighters, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like with Crawford, as far as who has he fought the same caliber of fighters as a Spence and a Keith Thurman? That's just me in my opinion. Now, of course, if Crawford fought Manny Pacquiao, yes, it does changes things to a certain extent because you're going up against a legend, but at the end of the day, Spence has had the caliber. That's what I don't understand when you guys say, A side. I still would have had Spence as the A side if Crawford, even with Crawford fighting, Manny Pacquiao. That's just, my opinion on it. But I'm going to hold off because I want to see more.
But what you based it off? What you based it off? Like he's the A side in your opinion because of what?
I'm basing it off of because Spence, the caliber of fighters that Spence have fought. To
She's
me,
saying
I feel
he
like
fought better competition.
I feel like Spence has fought better competition. Not taking once again, I love both.
No, I hear you, but you got to factor this in, and maybe you haven't thought about this. Spence fought better competition than Crawford, but if Crawford beats Pacquiao, Pacquiao beat Thurman, who beat all the competition Spence fought before Spence. So he's the one that took the undefeated record from Danny. He's the one that beat Sean Porter before Earl Spence.
He also is responsible for the most profitable pay-per-view of all time, or the highest buys, we should say, and one of the richest fight in the history. So it's not just like beating a legend in the ring, but it's also taking the throne. It's also the passing of the baton, right? So it's like a lot of different things on that level.
It's like
if Crawford fights Pacquiao, but if Crawford doesn't fight Pacquiao,
no, if he doesn't,
because even before, okay, let's say if he doesn't fight Pacquiao, because I saw even before that, certain people were saying, I don't know if anybody on this panel was saying, as far as like with the A side, I don't see how you could not have Spence on the A side if, say for instance, let's say if Crawford doesn't fight Pacquiao.
No, yeah, I'm with you on that. Everybody that is on the opposite side of that, they're just reaching. I'm with you. Only way Crawford, crosses over into that A-side realm is with a win over Manny Pacquiao. In my opinion, he needs that. It'll be very important.
Even get the win over Pacquiao, he's still not going to be A-side because they stripped Pacquiao to WBA and elevated Ugas, and that's kind of what trumped.
He don't need no belt. He don't need no belt.
Before you body me. Please. You turned today.
Nah. Tell me why? Cause I'm saying a belt. You think the belt is like?
No, it means a lot because then Terrence Crawford will have 2 belts and Spence will have 2 belts, and he will have a better argument for a 50-50 or a 60-40.
Nah,
man.
Wait, let Troy. Let him explain.
Hold on. Troy, continue.
Yeah, if Terrence Crawford had 2 belts, but if Errol Spence has
he gonna have that
belts,
Pacquiao belt, man.
Let him finish, man.
Because he ain't understanding Pacquiao name is a belt.
Let him finish, and you can answer. Go ahead, Troy.
Like, far as what they're doing right now is they're gonna talk about even if he beats Pacquiao, which is a clear legend win. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's really about who got these belts, who's determining who's going to be the A-side guy on top of wins. Even if Terrence Crawford beat him, I still think they will make 60-40 for Earl because he got 3 belts and they're going to say he's done more at welterweight. But in the totality of the career of both guys.
Let him finish.
How could you say he done more?
Yeah, Troy, now you talking sense, Troy. I finally come up here because they're saying
Troy broke that down.
Quick, I just want to finish.
Go ahead.
They're saying what they're saying because at welterweight, but in the totality of both careers, Terrence Crawford has had more accomplishments. He's a 3-time world champion. He's undisputed at 140. He beat Undango, who was another heavyweight with all the belts. He beat Ricky Burns, who was another 3-time world champion. Like
Francis just turned on you.
Yo, Troy's so smart.
These are actual accomplishments that you can't take away from somebody. And once he beat those guys, not to mention he beat a couple Olympians, which is Felix Diaz, Gamboa, when Gamboa was like undefeated, I think. And he beat Igor Kavalauskas was a 2-time Olympian. And if we're going to give Lomachenko any piece for being a 2-time Olympian, we'll give it to Igor Kavalauskas too. So like, far as the totality,
you trying to get in the bug camp?
No, not really. I'm talking about the totality of the career, but for the argument right now is what they've done welterweight. And if we're talking that, then Terrence Crawford needs to beat Manny Pacquiao, but I still don't think it's gonna give him A side type of money, because he ain't gonna have them belts, man. He got one belt. Like, that's why they got the belt off of Pacquiao, because he say that's a high potential chance that fight's gonna happen.
He gave that belt up, man. He gave that belt up. He don't need that belt. His name is a belt, man.
No, but you not understand the steel chest. The belts mean something. Undisputed means something.
Bruh, Pacquiao holds the belt to SportsCenter and First Take and all those casual shows. Bud beat Pacquiao.
That's fine, but that's fine, Ness, but that don't get you in the Boxing Hall of Fame for being undefeated.
Yeah,
weight classes.
Beating Manny Pacquiao get you in a Boxing Hall of Fame. You sound crazy
right
now.
But it doesn't get you in the Hall of Fame as being undisputed. Like, that is an accomplishment in itself.
He already undisputed, so now he gonna be undisputed and he beat Pacquiao. What don't you get?
No, but when you undisputed at 140 and 147, bro, like, who did that?
Bruh, he will do that after he beats Pacquiao. He will be in a driver's position and he can make the fight happen for the rest of the belts.
No, listen, I'm not saying he can't make the fight happen, Ness. I'm saying when the fight does happen, I still don't think he gonna get A-side money, because Spence got 3 belts. And he fought.
Spence ain't got 3. Stop counting Ugas out. He ain't got 3. And
you right. That is a. I'm sorry.
And right now, the biggest name on anybody. First of all, it's 3 dudes. You can't even say there's a number 1 welterweight, because there's Pacquiao plus Crawford and Earl. So if you take out one of them dudes, you automatically set the path to you. Like, it's a wrap. If he beats Pacquiao, ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, the Shay Shays, I mean, everybody gonna be talking about that shit. You see what he did to Manny Pacquiao? Man, that boy Floyd, he the second coming to Floyd. Man, they gonna be,
They not gonna give him no credit for stopping Pacquiao.
Man, let me remind you that everybody gave credit to Anthony Joshua, for stopping Vladimir Klitschko off a 2-year layoff, inactive, and a loss. At least Pacquiao's coming off a win, man. Let's go.
Yo, and us as fans, the 60-40, 50-50, if this fight is not 50-50, the stubbornness of both fighters, we will never see this fight happen. So we got to understand that unless it's 50-50, it ain't going to happen.
40 apiece, and the winner get to 20. And then that's gonna make them fight harder. Like,
right, you better stop listening
to
Bob
said that the other day.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Talking about 40-40, winner get the 20, man. How you gonna tell a dude? Listen. So okay, cool, Troy. How about you train me for free until we start making money off my professional fights? Because that's what you're telling them to do. Go and do their job for less of the percentage. Take 40% and put 20 in the air. 20 in the air. What job does that? No way.
Hey, I just watched the interview today with Floyd. He sat down next to Oscar De La Hoya when they was about to fight. And what did Floyd say, Lamont? He said, hey, he know what it is. I'm willing to bet my money, all my money in my account, and against all Oscar, because I know I'm going to win. And Oscar got up and walked away. The 20 is in the air for who want to stop somebody, my nigga.
Brother, I'm with you. Listen,
in the air for who want to get to work.
I'm with you, but you don't understand that your whole metaphor, that's you taking shots at Crawford. Floyd is Crawford in that situation, okay? And Crawford is Floyd in that situation. Unfortunately, people gonna get mad, but Earl is Oscar in that situation. Earl's already driving. He's already driving. He already got the straps. He already doing pay-per-view. So it's Floyd / Crawford that got to take 30%. Because when Floyd said what he said, he wanted to bet his whole account. You know why? Because he was only getting 30%. But he was confident, so he wanted to bet his account. He took 30% versus Oscar. So if you're going to use that example, you got to be telling Bud to take that 30%, man. Take that 30% because you know you could beat Earl. I'm not telling them to do that. I don't get into all that, you know.
I can't say take 30, my G.
Me neither.
30.
Me neither. But
I'll say
40, that's what Floyd did.
40.
But listen to me. That's what Floyd did, and Floyd already told you, follow the green print. He took 30. Floyd took 30, man. But we got some super chats. What we got here? Looking like Richard D says, Manny Crawford versus Terrence Pacquiao in Never 17. Yo, I'm like, what the hell am I reading here? He said in Never 17. Yo, we got Supermax that says, I have a feeling Oscar may end up selling Golden Boy to Matchroom. Either way, I'm excited to see him back. If it's at the AT&T Stadium, I'll be there. You're tripping, man. I ain't going to see Oscar catch an asthma attack, man. You tripping, man.
Yo, you know you're gonna see what you'd watch Oscar fight, man.
Yeah,
again.
I watch his fight from home. Yo, we got Troy on the panel, and Troy on the super chat said, yup. Being able to hold the tension is important. That's right, man. You better get people to tune in to you, man. Mad Ben in Kansas City says, Pac is 43-year-old political inactive guy. Buddy not A-side even if he kill him in one round. Get the freak out of here.
Yo, that's the best super chat all night. Yo, I promise you.
Yo,
I'm gonna print that super chat. That's the best super chat all night.
He said I'm gonna print it.
He said I'm gonna print that shit.
He said I'm gonna print it. Yo, I promise, yo, let's make that bet. If he blanks, like if he knocks out, because he's on a knockout streak. If he knocks out Pacquiao, bro, it's over.
I'll give you a blank check. You write the number, bro, because you win, dog.
You crazy. Jaime Nieto says Francis and Spence fans don't want Bud to get this fight because they know the landscape shifts. He don't need a belt. Bud will get Pac's name and his resume. That's how I feel. You don't need a belt when you're fighting Pac.
And his resumes? What?
I disagree. It don't shift all the way. I know that's a legend.
You actually read that, Ness? At his resume, man. Get the
all the Earl fans was dying for Pacquiao to fight Earl, and when he got in that ring, it was like, no.
He realized the fish was too big.
Nah, he said, what? You only did 300 paper? I'm out.
But Crawford gonna be fighting Josecito Lopez.
Yo, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Nah, that's Thurman's rematch. Get up off that. You heard him. He said Josecito Lopez 2. Thurman got some big ass balls. So much Josecito Lopez 2. But I'll take it, Keith. KDR says Ugas paper champ. He got the belt via email. It's like Crawford getting a lineal belt fighting and defeating Manny, who defeated Thurman, the man that beat Garcia and Porter. Come on, guys. You know how it goes. And it's true, man. If Pac loses to Crawford, Pac is the guy that beat the man at welterweight. Thurman was the man. He was unified. Nobody beat Thurman not to be unified. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got injured. He had to give up the WBC. And then he landed the most right hands in history ever on Manny Pacquiao in a fight that arguably people thought he could have got a draw even with a knockdown.
Now you're a CompuBox stat guy. My man. I'm telling you that you surprise me every day. I'm sure to God.
Yo.
You love to reach. You fishing heavy. You talking about the most right hands on Manny Pacquiao.
Yes.
Golly.
Yes.
That's a huge stat. I'm telling you.
No one's
just like McGregor landing the most shots on Mayweather.
No one's ever landed that many right hands on Pacquiao. No one. Shout out to Keith one-time Thurman, man.
Shout out to McGregor for landing the most shots on Mayweather.
Look at Intrigue. Intrigue said it. He said I had Thurman winning. See, he you know how to score, champ. You know how to score. We got Jaime Nieto right back with another one. Says Bud will have the bigger name. No, he said Bud would have the bigger name.
Don't you had your bedtime alarm, man?
Who's that? Oh, that's Micah?
That was not. That was not.
His bedtime alarm.
Yo, he said Bud would have the bigger name than any other welterweight. I don't want to hear Pac is old. Every welterweight wants Pac, golden ticket. That's true. They can't call him old. Bama Bo back with another one for Mario, but he's gone, always ducking. Mario with the UK flag versus Showkid with the American flag. Rumble at the bar, June 12th, Watertown, Wisconsin. It's going down. Make it the main event. We can't trust Mario, man. Is he
Yo,
gonna be
Mario doesn't show up for this one. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Don't worry.
We can't, man. We can't take that chance. If you haven't already done so, take this time to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. While you're there, go ahead and subscribe to Moore's House. YouTube right here at youtube.com/Moore's House/ Micah K.
Holla at your boy. Thank you, Ness.
Is it Micah K?
Yes, Micah K.
That's how the YouTube/
No, Afternoon Sports Slay.
Oh, youtube.com/Afternoon Sports Slay. And youtube.com/Next Up Sports. Let's go. Oh, and youtube.com Troy Killatainment 1L. 1L. All right, let's go out to Hawk in Maryland.
Hawking him down.
What up?
Hey, yo, yeah, man. As far as what y'all was talking about earlier with the Mike Tyson and all the fantasy fights, so to speak, going on, bro. That's over here in the U.S. Over there in the U.K., Hearn got them boys over there fighting. Over here, we're not seeing nothing. The boxing fan don't got nothing to look forward to. We sit here and talk about boxing, and the callers that call in, we doing more about who gonna beat who and how they gonna beat them and all that. But the fighters ain't fighting each other. Shoot, I've been watching boxing for 42 years. Sugar Ray Leonard fighting Benitez when they was at the top of their game. That was like 78. Hearns and Sugar Ray, top of their game fighting. It just don't happen now, man. Boxing at a bad state where all we got to look forward to is fantasy fights. Because the real fights are just conversation. And the heavyweight division is left wide open for Mike Tyson because our heavyweight ain't fighting. We hear about arbitration and court cases and all. Now, I ain't called here to hear about no arbitration. I want to hear about fighting. I don't care how much money they making. It don't got nothing to do with none of us. Everybody argue about how much money these guys making. Ain't nobody getting none of the money. The fighters ain't even getting the money because the old fighters getting it because they fighting each other. Because we see an old fantasy fight that we wanted to see back in the day. Today they fighting, but they ain't even fantasy fights. They fights we know who gonna win. So they left all of them and then Mike Tyson left wide open to do what he's doing because we ain't got nothing over here in the U.S. as far as heavyweight things going on. I mean, you can't complain about it when it's working because the other fighters they not fighting each other. But anyway, that's my call. I mean, you can't expect but so much when they're not fighting each other. So the old fighters, all we got to look forward to is fantasy fights. Like hell, even when we do get a current fight, it's not the person that we wanted to see the person fighting. So might as well tune into. I mean, Clarissa Shields got like 5 titles she fought. She might have got 10,000 sales or something. Even when what's his name, Spence fought, his sales wasn't nothing like what Mike Tyson fought. I mean, because the sideshow fights, they fighting people that at least we wanted to see them fight back then. So, we're not getting what we want. So that's why these fighters aren't getting the fights they want. They're not going to make the money because they're too busy being bosses. Everybody's got a promotional company, but nobody's fighting each other. It don't make no sense, bro. But that's my call, bro.
All right,
Hawk.
Hawk in Maryland, man.
Hawking him down.
Let's see what we got, man.
Hey, man, shout out to Hawk. That was a great explanation of what transpired from old into what's going on now, because the talent level, the athleticism is supreme, but the skill set has fallen by the wayside, bro. I'm sorry, that insists. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Like, don't get me. I see some brothers with athletic, and even some sisters out there boxing, athleticism crazy, but the skill set has really fell to the wayside. It's not the same skill set.
We going to Emmanuel. Talk to us.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Mister?
What's up?
Salute the entire panel. Guarno the Chivo. I seen that knockout in Tijuana. Beast.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Much
Mario
praise, brother.
Munguia, is that his name?
Yeah, Mario Munguia. Duck Gia
Yeah,
is
this
his
guy.
name.
Yeah, this guy is constantly disrespecting the former champion Andy Reese from Imperial, my city. He keeps on saying that Dillian White would KO this guy. This guy doesn't have any head movement for a heavyweight. He ducks his head like Guadno pointed out. They ain't gonna make that fight. Andy Reese has improved. He's gonna knock somebody out. He's not buying carne asada 2 weeks before the fight, or I've seen him at the market doing it before the Joshua fight. He's not doing that no more. So I think he's gonna be ready. That's all I got to say.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. We're going out to California zone.
Let's go! Smoke with you. Come on. Info Joe is a beast. Checkbox red. Undefeated punchlines. Better place your bet. The #1 call. Fought my way up the ranks. Border wars fighter going hard in the pain. Boxing scene writers call me spectacular.
Yo, what's up, my people? TBV in the building. First salute, Queen Micah. What's up? Is it you used to do it like this, Morehouse? Whose house? Moore's house.
Holla at your
What
boy.
up, Francis the Praying Mantis? Troy King in the building. Mario left.
Mario Dip Munguia.
Oh man, I hope he's Mario. If you're listening, man, show up to Border Wars, man. Show up, brother. Show kid waiting on you, champ. Hey man, put me down first of all for Jamel Herring. And shout out to Hawk from Maryland, man. He's the caller of the month, man. He nailed it right there, what he said, man. We live in the age, man. I've been watching boxing about the same time he has, about that, we must be around the same age. And we wasn't privy to, we didn't have the internet like you guys do have right now for this generation of boxing. And all the YouTubes and et cetera, Instagrams and everything, you would think that boxing would be more on fire right now, so we wouldn't. I hate to have, speaking on the exhibitions. I was cool with the Mike Tyson one, but now I think it's going a little bit overboard. I hear Fernando Vargas is talking about coming back, but I do believe it's taking the shine from this new generation of fighters. You know what I'm saying? There's so much talent. I think the talent is there like it was in back in the day, but I think they're not fighting each other, man. That's the main problem right now, man. We talking about like fantasy fights, like Hawk said, man, and boxing can do better, man. I like you were saying this. I hated the idea of boxing under one umbrella, but now I'm starting to see it your way. Maybe it might have to go that way, man. Some kind of commission, because we're not getting the fights that we want. You know what I'm saying? So boxing can do better, man. But the talent is there, I must say. I think that's all I got, man. I had some more to say, but shit, you know how you forget on here. Hey, shout out to the whole TBV community. Excuse me, y'all. That's that Kush right there. I got you know how your mind is running faster than your mouth. But shout out to everybody in the chat and the whole TBV community. You hit the thumbs up. You listen to the #1 pound for pound boxing podcast on the planet. Peace.
Joe, man, make sure you whip up a batch of them gummies, B. We going out to James.
Ness and everybody in the house to sleep.
I mean, I'm old, man. You know, I don't stay up late these days. You know, the days of Ness partying is over. So, you know, those hit me right on the spot. We got Dimitri Clark with a super chat that says, Bud is the favorite. So how does that give him 50-50? Damn. I don't know what you mean by favorite. Like favorite in the betting lines, because I mean I'm lost here.
50-50 has nothing to do with skill.
Yeah,
it's all about who puts.
All my old heads, yo, listen. This ain't back in the day, man. This ain't. I know y'all coming on here and y'all was hoping that, man. Some of these people just want to bag on one end they want it back so they
Pull
can
over,
help their
Troy.
family,
Pull
especially
over,
on the
man. You
other
over
end.
there with the 3G. Pull over.
Pull over, my bad, blood.
Said he had 3G.
He was coming in like he was on a Star
My
Wars set.
bad. I'm driving.
I
I'm going to
know.
dance class.
You switching dance class? You taking salsa? What you taking?
Man, what we doing, babe? Afro beats. Man, I don't know, bro. I could dance. I be swagging. I'm sorry. I'm one of the best dancers in the world, bro. That's no cap.
Afro beats. I'm gonna look that up.
Afro beats.
And
Go on my gram.
Yo, you chopping up. You chopping up. Call you messing up the show. We gonna move on. We got Richard D with another super chat says, I love how Brooke was number one when EJ stopped him. I'm lost, but I don't know. He was champion, not number one. And then James Kelly says, this is James C. Kelly. All right. Thank you. He says, I need to call in. Well, James, you can call in by calling the number 1-425-569-5241, and you have U.S. dollars, so you're here in America. Just use your cell phone and dial 1-425-569-5241. We going out to James Benitez. What up?
Yo, what's up, Ness, man? How you doing, man?
I'm great, brother. And yourself?
Doing well. Just came home from the gym. Oh, so I'm gonna start off like this, man. Francis, man, when the man beats the man, he becomes a man. So, long story short, man, as the way it is in the neighborhood, the streets, and even the boxing world, if Bud beats the shit out of Pac-Man,
so why the man drop his belt?
Your man Earl gonna just be second fiddle.
Your man drop his belt, man. If he's such a man,
why he gonna have? He don't have to? Man, look, Pacquiao has more value than any of Spencer's opponents. Earl been slurring Pac-Man's name for God knows how long. So, with it about to become a reality for Crawford, which I'm hoping for, he's going to be the man of the division. Next thing I want to talk about is, man, I think I really believe that Ruiz can become a champ, man. He's looking great. That weight loss, he said he doesn't want to peak over 255.
Yep,
I think that's going to be amazing for him. Yeah, I think that's going to be amazing.
Can I ask the caller a question real quick? Because you said that he has more value. I understand that Pacquiao is a legend. I understand what you're saying. But do you believe right now, let's throw Keith Thurman in the mix. Can Bud Crawford beat Keith Thurman? Because I feel like Thurman to beat Bud can possibly beat Bud and Spence. So
I think it'll be a damn good fight, but I believe Bud will probably come out with that fight.
Okay. That's all I wanted.
Nah, it's cool. But other than that, I also put me down. I got Herring beating Frampton. And other than that, man, it's been another great show. Francis, man, I know you're gonna be crying tomorrow after the good news for a change from Top Rank. So it is what it is, man. And that's my call.
Listen, make sure you get some sleep tonight, man, because I don't want to see you coming here with puffy eyes because you was crying all night. You realize his body ain't getting the fight. Chill, man. Take care of yourself. Who's next? Who we got next? Who we got next?
My bad. We got James Payne Lethal in Mississippi, I think.
James Payne is my name, partner. How about you? Standing on my property and I'm gonna see about you. If I come out on my porch, I see you chilling in your wheel. Boy, I hope you know somebody better be waiting on the bitch. James Payne, baby, see me pissing on the post. If we're playing basketball, you might see me in the post.
It's Memphis, bro.
Memphis.
Sound like that Slim Thugger.
Yo, man, what's good, TBV? I think if somehow Crawford managed to get this fight with Pacquiao, and then they make the decision to have this fight in some foreign land somewhere that I can't even really pronounce at this time, I think that's a travesty because Pacquiao been getting a bag out of the American consumer for 2 decades now. All of his major significant fights have been over here with the exclusion of a couple of excursions, if you want to call it. So, just to take this fight, put it somewhere else, I think they tripping with it. They need to figure out a way for Pac to go ahead and have his last hurrah stateside, because that's really all it's about at this time. He is bigger than the belt. He's just he's the last scout, the last legendary scout that you can collect and send him to the retirement line and make the next mega superstar. So that's my thoughts on that. And my
Making a
last
big pitch, man. It sounds like a good sales pitch. Love it.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Hey, my son want to say what's up. Say what's up, son.
Hi.
My son,
Hey, what's up?
he 3 years old. He be listening with his dad. He wanted to just say hey to y'all. So, and I'm on my last question. Really is hey Ness, panel, if y'all could please spend a couple seconds and give me some advice on a parlay I could play this weekend. With the boss, and I really would appreciate it. And me and my son to keep listening.
All right, man. We need to look at the line for that. You got to wait till at least like weigh-ins is when.
Yeah.
When things get a little open. Majid,
Yeah.
talk to me.
Start with Herring with the over 10.5 rounds, and then I guess throw something else in there for the 3 parlay. Herring over 10.5 rounds. There's your 2. Now find something else.
Majid, check your Skype. I sent you the number. No, talk to me. No, intrigue.
I said this bitch on fire hotter than a throwaway. I need my money now, no extra day. Your time's up, tunes ready, ain't no other way. It ain't no other way. That's all I got. I say what I mean, do what I say. I pray my chopper bullets don't spray. If you cross, you better look both ways.
What up?
What up, intrigue?
Hey, yeah, another good show. I just had a question for all y'all, you know what I mean? Because everybody talking and assuming, kind of like how you said, somebody had said on the panel, like Spence had 3 belts, which he don't. He got 2. You can't assume he's gonna beat Ugas, even though we most of us believe that. But I ain't heard a scenario of what happens if Bud loses the Pac if he does get the fight. Where does that leave Bud? Is he done? Is he in a worse situation than Keith Thurman? I was just wondering, curious to hear what y'all say about that.
You gotta. I'll go first. A worse situation than Keith Thurman? Nah, I'd say he'd be in the same situation, probably a little bit worse based on the fact that of his talent being, one or 2 or 3 in the pound for pound division on most boxing fans lists. So those are some of the reasons why, I'd call him just a little bit below, but it's the same thing for me if Pacquiao's to lose. But I mean, if Crawford is to lose, but I did agree with Ness, and we said that he has to go back to the drawing board. The drawing board is where he has to go if he loses to Pacquiao.
Bruh,
and that's
if
if
he loses to Pacquiao,
he gets the Pacquiao fight. And if was a 5th, we'd be all crunked right now.
I don't know if it's a big deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? People going to be talking more about Pacquiao than him. Like, yo, at 42, he did it again. He knocked off another top welterweight. Like, that's what it's going to be about. But who knows?
But you don't think...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that one thing. Just because his resume, because he really, in most boxing fans' eyes, he ain't had no true test at 147.
Yeah, but none of that's gonna matter once they get in the ring. Because now the only thing that'll show, like, if his resume really was an issue the way you think it is, right? Like, obviously, we all talk about the resume, but we want to see a real fight. But that's going show. Like, if Pacquiao's levels above him because of his resume, that will show the way it showed with Yeardom and Canelo. And if Crawford is really skilled like everybody think, and they like, yo, he's skilled, it ain't his resume, he just skilled, he make him look that way, well, then the fight will be a lot tighter.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, man, if he could get that fight, he could prove something. That would be dope.
Yeah, that's all I had to say.
All right, we got a couple super chats from James Kelly. Says, I'm 55 years old and I'm not a casual boxer. Let me come on. You were talking too fast. G, give me the number again. What? Oh, shit, this number isn't showing right there. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. Let me put this on for a little while to make it easy for you. Bam. The number's right there at the top. Live, streaming, call in. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. That number again is 1-425-569-5241. Or you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype as well to be part of the conversation. Yeah. So we got some more super chats from what Repit says. When is Fortuna versus Ryan going to be announced? Well, it was just called, so it ain't even announced yet, man. They got to order it and all that funny shit. You know they ain't trying to push Ryan into no predicament he don't want. Ryan out here doing videos with Logan Paul on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, getting more popular, man. My man says, send me the number. All right, I'll check the chat. I'm sending it now in the chat. Here you go.
And they called a Haney fight too. He didn't take that fight. So who knows when Ryan's gonna fight again?
He fight when
Who
he
knows?
want, man. He gonna fight an MMA dude, man. He gonna build his. He was doing an interview with Ben Askren's that I seen that came up on my feed, like, and that shit had 900,000 views, bro. Like,
Yo, did you hear him say that he's gonna retire in a couple years and go to MMA? You hear that?
I ain't hear that, but like, I mean, it don't matter. Like, he brings the numbers, man. Like, his video in like a few hours had 900,000. I'm like, what the hell? All right, let me get to which one of you is the new guy. It must be 252. 252, are you James?
Yes, it is.
James, how are you? In the future, you got to press 1 so we know that you want to talk. I just went to you because I figured it was you.
I pressed 1.
Let's go. What's up, brother?
Did you hear me?
I hear you.
How you feeling, my man?
I'm good,
How you
man.
feeling, my man?
I'm good. And yourself?
Okay, we're not. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I gotta get up. I gotta get ready to go to bed, bro. Cause I get up in the morning early to go to work. But you know what? I enjoy your show, as you know. And of course, I've been on here many times. Unless you forgot.
I did.
Hello.
I'm listening.
You did?
Gotcha.
What you mean you did?
I did.
You forgot?
I did forget, James.
Be advised, all is good. All is good. Terence Crawford will beat Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Leave that out of the way. Terence Crawford will beat Errol Spence. Yes, I said that.
James, I think it's time for
Dimitri. Pardon me.
No, continue, sir.
What's up?
That was
Francis.
Francis.
You argue with me?
That was Francis getting
I'm
ready.
telling you what I feel.
That was Francis getting ready to argue with you because he's an Errol Spence fan. You know how it go.
It's all cool. It's all good. Be advised, man. I didn't start just watching boxing yesterday. You understand?
Yeah.
Terence Crawford is going to knock Pacquiao out. Let's get that out the way.
But like, what kind of stoppage? Like referee stoppage, towel stoppage,
Bro,
or like?
Listen, no. The stoppage is going to be with the style that Crawford brings to the table. Crawford going to hook him and just take him. Look, there's that Marquez. The Marquez, everybody tried to say it was a lucky punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't hang up now.
He drew Pacquiao in and caught him. Man, Pacquiao knees bent. He was laying down there like he was a baby with his thumb in his finger. Thumb in his mouth. All I'm saying, Bud Crawford is awesome. He ain't gonna let Pacquiao do him in. I'm telling you now. And I believe the reason why he's focused on Pacquiao, because Pacquiao's the name. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. He ain't worried about. I don't even think he worried about the money. He worried about knocking them out. Now everybody got to come out of the woodwork.
But
he will beat Errol Spence. Yes, sir.
I had that same energy
Yes,
when
sir.
Keith was about to fight Pacquiao too. I thought Pacquiao was not going to beat Keith. You know what I'm saying? Just like you don't think Pacquiao's going to beat Crawford.
No. I knew Pacquiao could beat Keith. You know why? Because Keith's body, it messes him up. I mean, good guys, man. He get caught to the body, he buckles. Right?
Not in the Pacquiao fight.
Haven't you? Listen to me, man. He was beat up before he fought Pacquiao. He was getting caught to the body. Come on, man.
Yeah, good
Yo.
points.
Bro, he got caught versus
Yeah.
Collazo like 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, and Collazo.
10 years
and Collazo,
ago.
a great boxer.
10 years ago.
But he showed the weakness. Everybody.
How he showed?
everybody-
Hey, James.
Everybody.
James, he ain't go down. Everybody get hit with a body shot like that, go down. He showed you I could take a punch.
No. I understand. He could take a punch. But keep taking those punches to the body, you don't stay up too long. Now, you can say what you want.
Bruh,
You can say what you want.
Keith only got put down one time, and that's by Manny Pacquiao.
Well, be advised, he lost to Manny Pacquiao.
He landed the most right
How
hands.
much time has Buzz leg gone stiff?
He landed the most right hands on Pacquiao in anybody in any fight.
Yo, I'm with the caller, man. I'm with the caller.
Pacquiao won. Say what you want. That's all good. You understand me? But I'm going to tell you right now, Terrence Crawford, it's the deal, bro.
Tell him.
Come on.
Tell him.
Yeah, it's
Terrence
he the
Crawford's
deal.
the
He
deal,
the
man.
deal. He the one.
Is he pound for pound number
And
one?
you know,
Is he pound for pound number one?
And I feel he pound to pound. I'm going to tell you something else. If he move up to 154 to fight Charlo, he'll beat Charlo. Now,
You stop him?
Now.
Bro, what
Easy.
you sipping on today, man? You tripping right now?
Oh, come on. Now, see, you know what? I knew.
Come on, you went
you
too
gonna
far,
say something
James. You went too far, Charlo.
Come on, my man.
Yo, he's talking about Big Charlo,
Bro,
too, not small
Charlo been.
Talking about
No, I'm talking about 154 Charlo.
Yeah, me too.
154
Me too.
Charlo.
That Charlo been called out. He been called
Man.
out. Bud ignored that
Look,
call
bro,
out.
You can say what you want. But
90
beat
seconds.
Charlo. Now.
I got
Yeah, I
Crawford
said
over
it.
Big Charlo.
Yo, James, let me
No,
get you
not
somebody
Big
else.
Charlo, bro. Come back down to 150.
Oh man, yo, James, that was great. That was great for real. Who we got? Looking
Finally
like
cut my uncle off, man. You let my uncle go for too long. He was having too much fun, dog.
yo, he was having fun, but nah, yo, it was a good little debate, man.
60 seconds.
Great points. Great points.
Let me get to Ohio.
You should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
Yo, what's up, fellas and ladies or lady? What's going on? Kind of disappointed, man, in the news that, and I don't know why I didn't hear about it, but when y'all guys said that that if it is Terrence Crawford and Pacquiao, it's going to happen in Abu Dhabi, whatever. That's news to me, and it made me start to think a little bit, because Ness, you kind of came out my head, because you know I'm a Spence fan, and you kind of came at me saying like, well, you know, my guy is not. My guy is one of the only top 3 pound for pounds, with Terrence Crawford not giving us the fight that we want, and it's Errol not getting the fight. Errol's not giving us the fight. So I'm thinking, like, why in the world is Terrence Crawford, his biggest fight of his career, why is he going to be fighting in Abu Dhabi?
What?
Like, what sense does that make? Like,
Bro, you tripping?
why wouldn't he be fighting in America? Why ain't he fighting in America?
Did it matter when Matisse fought Pacquiao, or do we all remember Matisse getting knocked out? Come on, it don't matter. Like
Is Matisse a bud? Is Matisse the top pound for pound dude?
Bud ain't A side. He got to fight where Pacquiao want, and where the money at for starters. Where the money's at. Why is Jamel
So that's what I'm getting to.
Why is Jamel Herring fighting in Dubai tomorrow? Like, come on, or it's Saturday. Excuse me.
But see, that's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm building up to. Like Bob Arum is starting to look like janky promoters, bruh. Like that movie Janky Promoters, bruh. Like Bob Arum, it's like I know that Canelo just fought in America in Texas, so it's not like it's a COVID thing. Like Bob is just cheap when it comes to Terrence Crawford and certain fighters. He's just cheap. He just doesn't want to put up the money in order to make it a big event for certain fighters, and for other fighters, there's an endless amount of dough for promotion. And it's like there's no reason why Terrence Crawford, the best fighter in your stable, hands down, ever since Loma lost, because you could try to debate it with Loma, but now you can't debate it no more. Terrence is your best fighter, hands down, and the biggest fight of his career has to happen over in Abu Dhabi. Can't happen over in the United States. That makes no sense. And y'all, I mean, that right there to every Bud fan should let you know this is why Errol doesn't take him serious in any negotiations. I mean, we all know what he offered Danny. I mean, they kind of spit in Sean's face. They're not even coming to the table with any type of serious negotiations up front, just to have any type of serious small talk. So it's like Bob Arum is just he's looking like Janky Promotions, like that movie Janky Promotions, and it's just like, man, I hope Terrence gets this fight. I mean, me being a Errol fan, I hope he wins because I want to see the fight. But with Manny versus Terrence and Manny versus Errol, both fights are 50-50 fights. Manny is still that dog. Like, I think Manny's on a different speed than both of them. I think Errol's a little too slow for him, and I think Manny's just something that Terrence ain't never seen before. So, but I just think Arum is just doing that. Is doing the whole situation just fucked up, man. And that's my call.
All right, thank you for your call, man. All I know is that Buff fans are more excited that he has a potential date than he actually has a fight or a good opponent. Next up, sports.
I swear to God, you terrible. I gotta plug my peoples, man.
You something else. You acting like you sit there quiet, and I love, like I said, I love Terrence Crawford, man. He's great talent. You know what I mean? Outside the fact that, he beats most, if not a lot of people. But I just wonder how it comes nobody else at a higher division feels it necessary to call out Terrence Crawford.
What you mean? My mans and them did that, man. What's up with you like that? Like,
Talk to me. Tell me your man's name. He can't remember his name, but okay. Jamel. No, I'm talking on a level of like a Canelo or something like that.
What? Why you gotta jump that high? Why can't be Jamel? Jamel 3 belts, man. Why are you trying to diminish?
Thank you. You answered my. Let's move on. You answered my point. Thank you.
What?
No, we're good. Let's move on.
What you mean?
Don't you guys feel that way, Micah? You guys are kind of quiet. I don't know what's going on. Y'all all right?
You saying he need a bigger name?
Listening.
Oh, Morehouse, you good? You just listening? Okay.
Man, I'm good.
I'm good.
I don't want to see Crawford go nowhere. I want to see Crawford with Spence, but
that's all I care about too.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. Would you guys prefer to see Spence Crawford unification and Ugas Crawford or Spence undisputed, or vice versa?
I'm one of them fans that I think the fighters are bigger than the belts. So I don't care about the belts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mike. No, go ahead, Micah. I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, no. My whole thing is we just want to see the Crawford versus Spence fight. I feel like that's the one everybody got to understand. Like I said, I love Spence and Crawford. I could tell with with the callers and stuff. I see it's a lot of Bud, Terrence Crawford fans out there, which I love. But at the end of the day, we just need to see it. And I would like Thurman and you guys, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it should be Thurman versus you guys.
Yeah, they
And
owe Thurman
then-
that, man. They owe Thurman that.
So whether the fighters believe that they want to be undisputed or not, that doesn't matter to you as fans. You just want to see them fight, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's the one. But Bud and Spence, whatever, you know, the differences, the money, that's what everybody, we talking about the two kings get in the ring, all that talking, all that Twitter stuff. Boxing fans, especially, listen, with boxing, we want the fight. All that other stuff, let that go. We want to see Crawford versus Spence. That way we can dead this situation because you got Crawford fans talking reckless. Then you got Spence fans talking reckless. So that way we can squash this and finally get, you know, the best fight the best.
And here's a perfect example right here. Here's a perfect example. If AJ and Fury fight, right, it's going to be for undisputed. Rumor has it is whoever wins that fight, the WBO is going to make them drop the belt. And Usyk or Joe Joyce is going to be the WBO champion. Are we really going to sit here and say Usyk or Joe Joyce is a champion? Come on now.
I mean, yeah.
At some point, the fights
gonna
are
be
big.
vacant
The
champ.
fighters are bigger than the belts.
Really?
Hell yeah,
absolutely. Like Pacquiao is bigger than the belt. What I keep
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
all night.
Pacquiao's
Exactly.
bigger than the belt, but a fight with Crawford and Pacquiao bigger than the belt, I would disagree.
Nah, but a second.
I would respectfully
No,
disagree.
but that's not what he's saying. Morehouse is saying a second fight with Tyson and AJ is bigger than the belt versus a second fight with Tyson and AJ having to be for the WBO plus the rest of the belts is what he's trying to say. I hope, right?
Yeah. And I mean, and if Ugas and Spence fight, right, for that, what is it, WBA that Pacquiao had to drop?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Are we really gonna say Ugas is really the champion right now? Ugas is a champion.
I mean, he got elevated. Pacquiao.
Why is he not a
He got elevated, but
Listen,
he's a
no.
champion.
Listen,
He's
to
the
me,
champion.
to me, this is
on.
everything is situational.
Come on.
Everything is situational, Morsehouse. But this particular situation, yeah, he the champ. Pacquiao the one that didn't want to act like a champ and defend his belt.
Yeah, we're talking
like
about
that.
a month, man. We're talking about a month. Manny Pacquiao was looking for a huge money
What do you
fight.
mean a month?
It didn't happen in a month, and you take his belt.
What do you mean?
Now he's gonna.
No,
Yo, it's 2 years.
Huh?
It ain't a month. It's 2 years since he fought. He's got to defend the
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah, but it's been a month since they were talking that Ryan Garcia stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then the WBA was like, let's strip him because of that. Let's strip him because of McGregor.
Weren't they
Well,
right?
that didn't happen.
Yo, but weren't they right? He still hasn't announced the fight, man. You can't just toy with the sanctioning body for all that time.
Yeah, if he fights with Crawford, if he gets a Crawford, I mean, if the Crawford fight happens, like what? He now he don't deserve to be the champion.
I mean, if the Crawford fight happens, maybe he should have told them he was negotiating for the Crawford fight and needed more time.
Exactly. He's the legend. I'm pretty sure they could do him one more favor. Let's go, man.
But let
Stop
me get
like
to,
y'all don't know, man. Let's get to the next person.
Let me get to Decatur, Georgia zone. He gonna be fighting on Border Wars 11 June 12th, Watertown, Wisconsin. We got the lights, smoke, lasers, DJs, ring walks. It's going down, man. There's even bartenders and bottle girls, man. It's going down. Come
Indoor,
see
outdoor.
Lidslow gonna be getting it in with the Marquez left hook from Orlando.
Sir.
Twin. It's going down. He's seen something like Mikey though. Remember, he's seen something in Twin.
He's seen something.
BoxingWords.com.
Hey, Daddy. Boxing thinking man's game.
This is dollar
Skill. Up here. You gotta be out think of motherfucker. That's what we're playing.
BoxingWords.com.
Man,
What up?
what's happening, man?
What up?
Everything coach. Everything coach. Hey, real quick. Hey, Michael, you coming to Border War?
No, I'm not gonna be able to make Border Wars, but I'm gonna support.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool, man. I just wanted to, check with you. Shout out to Baldy. Shout out to Bud. And just to throw this in there real quick, I think me and Twin should be main event. The only people who I think can outdo us is either Two Belt Tank, Troy and Corey, or Ness and CYP. Shout out to Mario and Show Kid. They could do it, but we all know the if is on Mario. Just want to put that out there. Now, I want to shoot to the Shakur Stevenson thing. Now, remember, Oscar Valdez did say his name after the match, but he changed his flavor, I guess, after his people had got at him. Shakur always wanted to smoke. He always will want to smoke. He told Jamel, hey, we folk, but hey, I'm going to see you if you got that belt. He been wanting Frampton. He been wanting Burt Shelton. So, hey, y'all give Shakur his due diligence because he want that action. Border Wars 11, get your ass in the ring and swing. Watertown, Wisconsin, TBV versus Wisconsin. Goddamn Liz Lowe and Twin main event, unless Ness and CYP, Troy and Corey, or goddamn two-belt tank. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm out.
He campaigning now.
If you don't mind me asking, where is CYP at?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he gone. Okay.
What an answer. That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, man. We want, you know.
Okay, I got you.
Boxing talk, man. So Jordan, Carter, Seattle, talk to us.
Jordan.
Jordan.
No Jordan?
I think Jordan is doing something, but that is everybody except Intrigue. I think, did we go you on your boomerang, Intrigue?
What's up?
Did we hit you with the boomerang?
Nah.
Go for it.
Yeah. I've been over the belts too, man. I mean, I respect it, but when it comes down to it, you don't want to see the best fight the best. You take a loss, one of the best fighting the best. One of them get a loss. That don't mean don't want to see you fight the other people that's at the top too. Just like with Thurman, I still want to see him fight Bud. I still want to see him fight Spence. If Spence loses to Bud, I still want to see him fight Pacquiao. You know what I mean? That round robin, I want to still see that. But for all the Bud tenders, y'all better make sure if y'all fighting Pac, man, that y'all do vital testing through the whole count, not just the last 2 or 3 weeks. That's all I got to say, man.
All right. Looking like we got Mike Gross, the boss. What's going on?
What's going on, partner? I was just calling in because I thought I heard Liz Lowe say, you fighting CYP, my nigga.
Nah, man. You know that ain't true, man.
Okay.
He was supposed to come up with, the terms of the contract. It never happened. It turned into a whole, raise the money type of situation. And, we deaded it because I didn't want it. Every day was turning into that.
Okay. That sound like CYP. All right. I ain't really want to say shit, man. Shout out my nigga Bud. You know what I'm saying?
But I hear you coming to Border Wars in support of Liz Lowe, he told us.
Yeah, man. I was just talking to my girl about that shit, man. I don't know if she want to go or not, but if she do, June 12th, right?
Yeah, June 12th, Wisconsin, Watertown.
Watertown.
I don't think it'll be my first time. We might go to Watertown before then.
If you are coming in though, you will be landing in Milwaukee. Yeah. That's the MKE.
If I'm coming, nigga, I ain't flying. I'm like 4 hours out. So I'm gonna drive.
You right
there.
There
you go. Even easier.
You right there. Yeah, that'll be what's up.
Man.
Yo, man, but congratulations, man. I see you, man. You found a significant other. See the channel blowing up. I see you at a 3,000 now or more, because it doesn't show me as a subscriber. I don't get to see the exact number, so I just know you in the threes. So shout out, man.
I appreciate it, bro. And man, find me a little something, a little honey. She over here smiling and shit right now, but it's out.
Man, you know what? Tell her I said, man. Shout out to her, man. Man, I follow you. And I see the way that she is. She's into you for real. She comment on all your stuff. That's very official, man. She's very supportive. You can see that.
Keep that smile on her face, man. Keep that smile on her face, man.
That's number one.
Happy man.
Yeah.
I see you finally got your ass out of New Jersey, huh?
Oh, yeah, baby. I'm in Florida, baby. I'm out here, got this caramel tan. I think I done turned the clock back, too. I'm telling you, man. I love it.
How far are you from the beach?
Oh, nah, 20 minutes, man. We went to the
Ah,
beach yesterday,
shit.
man.
He retired, y'all.
Yeah, I
He
was
done
at the beach
retired, goddamn.
yesterday, man. I did a show, went straight to the beach after my girl blocked the whole thing out from 12:30 to 4, beach time. Yeah, man.
Oh, wow. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, shit, man. I just made it home, man. Salute to the panel. Salute to the channel. And y'all keep doing y'all thing, man.
You
Great.
too, brother, man. Good hearing from you, brother.
No problem,
Be
brother.
good to show up, man. Show up. Border Wars, baby.
I'm definitely try, man.
People would
Liz
love
Low,
to
my
see you,
guy.
man.
Liz Low, my guy. So I'm definitely gonna try.
Yeah, man. He in for a tough one, man. I hope you watch the tape for him. It's on BPE, man. Cause I don't know what he think he's seen in Twin, but Twin a dog, man. Twin and Jordan is a certified puncher.
Who is Twin?
Twin is the dude that Lidge Low fighting.
J Mac, brother?
Nah. That's JT. Nah, Twin is like 154, 150, He better off fighting at 47, but Lidge Low said he's seen something, so he's taking his fight out of his weight, and that's what he did the first time. Like fighting Jordan at 160 wasn't what he should have done. But he
I ain't worried, man. I seen Liz Low on goddamn Instagram, nigga, going to like a professional coach, nigga, getting like training.
Yeah,
and shit,
I seen that.
So he taking it serious. So shit, Jordan, Twin, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't got no money on you, dog. My money on Liz Low. Whoever wanted can get it.
Damn. All right, well we'll see, man. But once again, Mike, thanks for calling in. Yo, I'm excited for that fight, man, because I feel like Lidge Low got his, the pressure's on him. Because Jordan beat Twin. So Twin is coming off a loss. Yep. You the one saying you see something in him, so the pressure's on Lidge Low to perform. But obviously there's some pressure on Twin to not be two-time loser. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? He got to get this one in so he could be 1-1, like Keem. Keem is now 1-1. And Show Kid looking like he wants some of him. But that is everybody, right? Double checking again. Let me see anybody else jumped in. Oh, yeah, we got, oh, wow, that's a long time caller. What's going on?
I won't deny it.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have?
Mr. Lemon, what up?
What's up, Ness?
Oh, it's been a minute, man. How are you?
Yes, sir. Good, man. Hey, great shows, man. I've been home for the last couple of days, and let me tell you, you guys gave me all the boxing talk I needed, man, for 2 days. It was great. So great shows, great interviews. So shout out for you guys, man.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, so let's talk real quick, man. Andy Ruiz, man, beats any heavyweight out there, man, and he's going to show that. Man, I was want to tell you a story, man. 2016, man, I paid $60 to watch this guy fight in a tent. I had ringside to a tent. And let me tell you, Andy Ruiz's power is real, man. I seen it up close. This guy is really good. And so that's why I picked him to beat Parker, which I think he beat him. And then I picked him to beat Joshua. And so Andy Ruiz, man, I'm telling you, take out Areola, and then we'll see what's next. We'll see if we got Wilder next, maybe a Joshua again. We'll see. But then about what else? About Bud Crawford, man. I'm telling you, word is it's Pacquiao, man. Word is. Hopefully we'll find out tomorrow. But I think Bud beats Pacquiao, and then the tables get turned, and we'll see what happens with the negotiations with that, because you know what I mean. He's gonna be giving. He's gonna try to give Spence the same treatment that Spence has been giving him, the whole 60-40 or 70-30 cuts. You know what I mean? So then we might, the fans still might lose on that end, because now he might turn it on them. But Bud beats any welterweight out there, I think, right now. Thurman, Spence. Let's not mention Porter. I know he's a mandatory, but I see Bud beat him easily. The only one that I'm afraid of, someone mentioned it earlier on the chat. They were talking about Jose Ramirez moving up, man. You know, I'm scared of that one. Man.
You scared
He
might beat Bud? He might beat Bud?
Buzz, I'm a Bud fan, man, but damn, Jose Ramirez is about to be unified, undisputed right now, man.
What you mean?
May 22nd.
He got to fight Josh Taylor. You know that, right?
Nah, Ramirez is gonna wipe him up.
Hey, mark my words. KO by the 6th round. I'm betting on the 7th though, but I'm with my money. Jose Ramirez, man, by the 7th round knockout, Josh Taylor, man, he's gonna do him worse than he did Hooker. The power is too much, man. That body power. So those are my picks. You guys could put me in right there, man. Bud and Jose Ramirez taking over everything, bro. Top rank. Hey, let's talk about that. Hey, people have been talking about PBC losing money. I kind of, I haven't said that, but I'm starting to see it. When they said that, I was like, wow, yeah, you're right. PBC hasn't put up any fight since COVID. And the only fight that they put up was the Leo and Tank. But everybody knows that Leo was a smaller fighter going up to fight Tank. That wasn't even a match. You know what I mean? But besides that, PBC hasn't put no fights out.
I mean,
Top rank has.
So what do you mean by no fights out? Because I'm a little lost, as to, because you mentioned Tank and Leo, which was a pay-per-view. But
that's one.
But then you didn't.
Everything's pay-per-view.
But then you didn't mention Danny. One. Then you didn't mention Danny and Earl.
Ooh, yeah, you are okay, Danny Earl. That's 2. Okay, I got you. Top rank got at least 3 off the top of my head. You got the Ramirez Taylor.
Well,
you got
that's not done. That's not.
Okay.
That's not. I mean, it didn't even happen yet.
Tomorrow.
I mean, somebody could get hurt. Somebody could get hurt in sparring. Somebody could get a cut. I mean, we know these things happen.
What about the Fury Joshua? That's top rank.
Shit, you know that ain't happened yet. Show me where to buy tickets. Show me where to buy tickets.
Hey, what other topics I missed? What other topics I missed, man?
Oh man, we just talking to the DAZN card for this Saturday. We talking the what's the other card that's happening this Saturday? The Dubai card, and then also we're talking about the Bud Pacquiao situation. Shakur Valdez ducking Shakur. What's up with your man ducking like that? Why these top ranked dudes be ducking, man?
Man, well, they're both top ranked though, and I know Shakur wants it. Man, the Valdez, he just came in off the Burchelt. Man, that was a great fight. I mean, we shouldn't be unhappy about that one, but we don't even know who Valdez is fighting next. Everything we're talking about is rumors, so I wouldn't even call him a duck until he actually ducks. You know what I mean?
So, what would you consider a duck? Who? If he fights this person, is it a duck? Who do you think is a duck if he fights that person?
Well, he doesn't necessarily have to fight Shakur.
Well, what if he fights the winner of Frampton and Herring over Shakur?
But that's for a belt, right? Yeah. Is that a duck?
Bruh, it is a duck because Shakur was the mandatory to Valdez. Valdez all of a sudden couldn't make weight. Moved up. All of a sudden he couldn't make weight. So he moves up.
No. That wasn't all of a sudden though. Valdez been having weight problems.
Yeah.
Everybody did that, but they kept that under wraps.
Shakur problems. They kept that under wraps.
Shakur problems.
Yo, belts or no belts, don't you want to see the best fights, Carl? Don't you want to see the best fights?
So where should Valdez go? If you telling me he should keep avoiding Shakur?
No, I'm saying that since he had that tough fight with Burchelt, why not get that easy money against a Herring or a Frampton? Because either one of those is a good win for him.
So again, you saying Valdez, who moved up not to fight Shakur, and now had a tough fight with Burchelt, so doesn't want to fight Shakur, deserves to get another belt instead of giving that belt to Shakur.
What I'm saying is, if you go for a belt, how are you ducking anybody else if you're fighting for a belt?
Because you are avoiding the dude that's calling you out. This dude is openly calling you out. He was your mandatory, and you dropped your belt, and he's out here
bigger fight.
Calling you out, and he's a bigger name than Herring.
That's perfect, like you said that, because wasn't Bud calling out Spence?
He's not a bigger name than Spence.
No, not a bigger name.
I just said Shakur's a bigger name than Herring. We all know that. So, like, yeah, Bud ain't a bigger name than Spence. Spence is the one doing successful pay-per-views.
See, check it out. Sometimes you guys go with the business moves, and sometimes you go with what we want as fight fans. You guys have to decide which one you want. You can't paint the narrative which one you're gonna go with.
No, you trying to use. Listen, you trying to use the narrative of Bud and Spence, two separate promoters, two different sides. We talking about Shakur being with Top Rank, wanting to fight Valdez at 126. Valdez ducking, going upstairs to 130. Shakur having to fight Joette. Warrington not wanting to unify. Shakur moves up to 130, calls out Valdez again. He fights Burchell, wins, says Shakur's name. Shakur says, "I'll fight you." Now he's talking about a bunch of different names. I'm just lost.
Yeah, Warrington, he dropped the belt. He ducked. Yeah, Warrington dropped the belt, so he wouldn't have to fight.
They all on the same side of the street over there. I just feel like it's crazy, man. You know, he talking about Loma and all these other names when you got this dude like he's stalking you, man.
But Top Rank does business with everybody else. They do business. I mean, look at Ramirez Hooker. That was the zone right there. Look at
let me
Fury.
get to James here, man. James just did a few counter punches. James, that's about 4 counter punches. So we're gonna go ahead and load you up, man. What's up?
Annabelle. Trying to get Annabelle out the car.
James.
That downstairs smell like it smells.
Uh-oh, James.
It smells.
All right, well, James having a whole argument. James, we came back to you.
James, mad as hell.
James.
Yo, James.
James Kelly. He done paid.
What's up?
What up? You got these counter punches you done paid for. Let's go.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yo.
Go for
Can
it.
you hear me?
We do
Yeah, man.
hear you.
Good. You live.
We hear
Can
you,
you
James.
hear us?
Just talk.
Can y'all hear me? Yo!
Yo.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Mic check.
Oh, 1, 2. Yo, he's worried about that smell in that basement, yo.
You calling everybody but me.
James, we calling you.
I can't hear you.
Oh, my God.
Man.
We hear you perfectly.
Hold on. Do I need to turn something off?
On your end, probably.
Man, I just need to talk, man.
Yo, how he say he can't hear me, but he actually talking to me.
Help me out.
Talk, man. Just talk.
I'm about to pay you my whole paycheck.
Nah, just talk. Just talk. We can hear you. Just say what you gotta say. We hear you, champ.
Jesus lit.
Oh, man, he dropped on. He ain't gonna be able to get back on now, James.
Yo, James.
Legend.
Shout out to James.
Yo, Nets GTO, Instagram and Twitter is over. Shout out to everybody that joined the show. Shout out to James Benitez with Super Chat. He says, if Superbad Tony Harrison can beat Charlo, why can't Bud? Also, would it be 50-50 if Pac fought Earl? No. So Bud beats Pac. All negotiations change. That's right, Francis. If Earl beats Pac, you ain't going to be talking about it's 50-50, right? You going to say it's like fucking 90-10.
You crazy.
95-5.
Yo, he gonna get the fight still, man. Don't matter. Because you know what? It doesn't matter because they still gonna say, oh, well, that was Pacquiao. He was a legend. But he still can't beat Earl. Didn't you hear Keith today? I know he dominant. I know he nice. But is he the truth? Like, stop capping, Keith. You know what's up.
Yo,
Thurman put that work in. No, I love Spence, but Thurman could get Spence.
Listen, don't get me started. I went on a Thurman rant the other day.
We about to go, but
started. Don't get me going. They want to leave. I'll keep you here for another hour.
No,
with that.
next time. Next time.
Well, Nets GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Let them know where they can find you, ladies and gents.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yep. Afternoon Sports Slay.
Morehouse.
Moore's House. Everybody can find me at Moore's House 85. That's everywhere. Moore's House 85. And most importantly, it's just Moore's House on YouTube. Come through, check me out, and please subscribe. Everybody in the TBV fam, like always, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is staying safe. And on to the next one.
Moore's
See y'all
House,
soon.
what's the last video you did? Because I seen sarcasm saying that he was feeling it.
The last video I did was Mikey Crawford. Is Bob telling the truth? Who's lying? Who's going to get the fight? Mikey Garcia or Terrence Bud Crawford? I'm rolling with my man, Mikey Garcia. But come on, show up to Moore's House, support someone part of the TBV fam like I support y'all, and I'd appreciate it. Like and subscribe. You know what it is.
Real quick, Francis, before you go, shout out to James Kelly with the super sticker of a, Karate Kid Fox.
All right.
Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of the loyalists to the TBV fam. I call him KD Doctor. Ness, you call him KDR, but shout out to that dude, man. He's a real one.
Yeah,
so.
man. He's always in the chat. Shout out.
I
wonder if it's like KDDR. Like I say DR because of Dominican Republic, but you might be right. He might be a doctor.
I don't know. I just call him KD Doctor. That's all.
The doctor. Yo, Francis, it's on you.
Yes. You already know. James Kelly with a $5 super chat. He says, "You see, where's the link so the team to see me?"
Yo, James want to be on the panel, James.
Yo, James will be out here have us all night up here, bro.
We don't even know how to send you the link, bro. But go ahead,
I got a new one. I got a new one out too. I meant to say that my prediction video because the fight is not till Saturday. So make sure you go on Afternoon Sports Slay. Check out that Herring versus Frampton prediction video. Make sure y'all find me. You can also find me on IG at MK Sports Slay as well.
And in case is that on me now?
Yep.
Yeah. In case you don't know, you're about to know that you are listening to the Boxing Voice. You might have just started hearing some dope boxing talk, and you're like, you know what? You're about an hour and a half, and you're like, you might as well stay, but you don't know who you're listening to. Well, this is the Boxing Voice, and thank you so very much for tuning in and taking time out of your schedule, you know what I'm saying, to listen to us debate and talk boxing. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button if you haven't, and the subscribe and join button. It is blue and red. It does help with the visibility and the support of the show. And if you don't know, we got other ventures that we do. In Border Wars is our little venture that we do where we get in the ring and swing. You got 3 2-minute rounds, headgear, 16-ounce gloves. Get in the ring and do your thing. We're doing one June 12th, Watertown, Wisconsin. BPE Network will be live streaming the event. So make sure, you know what I'm saying, if you can't be in the building, which holds about 400 to 500 people, indoor and outdoor, bar, ring service, food. You know, you can dress up, bring your ladies, bring your family, whatever you choose to do. Come out and enjoy the event. We appreciate you so very much. I'm Francis from Canada. Next up, Sports Talk is where you can find me personally, or The Way In Boxing on IG, or The Way In on YouTube. Peace and love to everybody. Wear your face mask, man, so we can get back to boxing. Peace, y'all.
Peace.